Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 37th episode of Blood on the Thames, a Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle set in London, England. With me tonight,
God loves playing Moses of Moses of Clan Nosferatu, not meaning anything right now.
Peter playing Benjamin of Clan Malkavian. And we broke the show.
Playing Sarah Matthews.
Yeah.
Of Clan Gargoyle.
should we just restart?
For those of you who have no idea what's going on, we blame the Jaffas.
We did.
Yeah.
The Jaffas giveth.
Yeah, they take it away.
Yeah, they sure do.
So, because we're getting off track and Peter's giving me that angry look. You set pace in a couple of weeks. Bear with me till then. We'll go with the recap for last week.
Yeah. So Moses meets Lisa Kedding, and she offers the coterie a major boon to take care of Sarah. He agrees to do for her as much as he did for Jim. I don't know if she's another grenade. But also he has to check with everybody else.
So Anatoly takes Benjamin to a caravan park where Alicia is hiding. Anatoly has a chat with Alicia and says it is up to Benjamin or Simon to decide what is going to happen to her. Benjamin or Simon has a discussion with her and then leaves her to face the sun if she has the courage.
Meanwhile, Sarah meets Miles Wright, who is reasonably nice to her for some reason.
Yeah. Plucky Jake reveals all. Like, everything. And in the biggest reveal of the Chronicle, it looks like everything is going down between the Prince, the Sabbat, Sabine, the Anarchs, and everyone tonight. So he was advised not to answer the constable's call.
Benjamin is invited on an Anatoly road trip adventure.
Afterwards, he picks up Sarah, and they have a chat about vampire life as Benjamin takes her back towards his flat.
And that's where we left it.
That's where we stopped.
That is where we left it. So, on Thursday the 23rd of August, at about 1 o'clock in the morning, you'll find yourselves, well, at least you two, and Cassia, wherever she is, separated from one another yet again. You are waiting relatively close to the entrance, one of the entrances of the Warrens, waiting for Alice to make her return. You are in the middle of a somewhat uncomfortable trip. On the way back towards your flat with a somewhat distraught Sarah in tow. Fortunately, the roads are still not that cluttered. It is just coming over Wednesday. A lot of people are going into work for the second length of the week. Not everybody's out drinking at this point. That comes in the next few days. But for now, the trip back towards yours is a relatively quick one. Mm-hmm. And the silence that's lengthened between the bloody tiered one and yourself is cut short when you finally manage to pull up alongside the road, look over towards your flat, and see a light on up in your flat.
A light on. I'll say, oh. Do I remember it? I'm sure Benjamin would turn the light off when he left.
It's not even a question. Of course you would.
I'm in.
I think it might be a good idea if you just wait in the car for a minute while I just check. It looks like I might have a guest. I'll be right back. Do you have a means of contacting Moses?
Yeah, you have my number.
Yeah.
If I don't come back, call Moses. Alright? Let's say in about 20 minutes. That I'll point up. That's my window there. So you can watch that window, and if the light suddenly flickers violently, or you see someone moving past the window, then call Moses. Wonderful, great. Alright, hopefully I'll be down in a minute. So I'll get out the car.
Poor girl, man.
I'll go up to the... Yeah? Poor Sarah having to wait safely in the car. So I'm going to go to the... I'm going to go to my own front door.
Okay. You're just making your way straight there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out the phone and just finger over their speed up. Just
Okay, so you watch Ben look either way, wait for the cars to finish going, and he jogs over, pulls open the door leading into the flats, and then vanishes upstairs. You see no one on the way up, and your door is shut when you get there.
I would like to use heightened senses and have a listen. See if I can discern who is inside the room.
Okay.
Or if indeed there is anyone inside the room.
Sure. Make a wits plus awareness plus all specs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Okay. The first thing that you pick up on is a very soft, whatever the fuck that was, a purr. Not a horse purr, but a cat purr. And then every now and again,
Okay.
but it seems to be travelling throughout the apartment.
Okay. Well, that's a good sign.
And the muffled tread of footfalls.
That's not a good sign. Does it sound like one person?
Yes. Did you get a critical win?
No.
Okay.
Alright. I'm going... Do the footfalls sound as if they are near the front door, or like they're in the... like in a different room? Or do they seem like they're...
They seem to be making the rounds of the length of your apartment. Knowing the layout as well as you do, you know that they're making almost like a pace around the peripheral.
like they're pacing around as well?
But it's not a hurried pace.
Okay.
Just a quick pause. Callum, can we just double check the audio? I think the chat's still saying there's slightly echoey still. And we'll continue because it's not that bad from the sound of it.
So I think what I'll do is I will... does my front door seem to be locked?
You trying?
Yeah. Does the lock seem damaged in any way? No? Okay. Have a look and a listen. Can I see who's in there?
You putting your head straight in it.
I love the way you say that. I mean, not in a like, but yeah, I am opening the door and I'm peering forward. Yeah.
You can see the illumination that you saw from outside is the lights in the living room have been lit. The side doors, all of which are open, none of them are illuminate from within. They're all dark. You can hear Fagin's coming from the bedroom. Sorry.
Okay.
And then as you watch, are you doing this quietly or are you just?
Yeah, I'm doing this quietly. Yeah. Like I'm not announcing my presence yet.
As in Silence of Death?
No, not as in Silence of Death.
Okay. So you see in the peripheral someone walk out of the bedroom with Fagin in tow. And you see for the first time unbound hair and the high collar of Danielle.
Okay.
Who's walking towards the window with Fagin, just staring about the apartment, looking between different portraits, looking briefly out the window as she walks past it, looking over the shelves, and then every now and again she stops stroking Fagin and lifts something else out of her hand that she's currently thumbing through with one hand. And you realise it's her book.
Okay.
Amelia's book.
Yeah,
but her book.
Okay. I'll say, oh, Danielle. I'll go in and close the door behind me. So I didn't know you had a key.
I was given one.
Oh. So we should probably have a conversation.
We do, but it's not going to be the conversation that you're expecting.
Right?
I already know.
Yes. Wait, yes.
But I'm not here for what I wanted to be here for. I'm here to offer us both the chance to sever ties.
I'm listening.
Edmund. The ones he went to meet with have, for whatever reason, they tried to end him. And I know where he is. He's not good.
You mean he's not in a good way?
No. Between the two of us, we can end this now. Finally.
Danielle, you know that Edmund is dead, don't you?
I don't care. I don't care whether it's him in that skin or not.
Right. All right. Yes. You say he's not in a good way. I mean, how not in a good way do you mean? Do you think that the two of us... I mean...
It's enough that he can't make it back to his own haven.
Right. So a slight complication. I have a what's the term? A fledgling. I have a fledgling in my car, and I wasn't sure who was in my flat, so I came to check. You weren't actually Edmund. In fact, was what I was sort of worried about.
Your fledgling?
No, not mine. Not well. No, I don't really know. I was just asked to pick her up. It's complicated. I haven't really had a chance to... Doesn't matter. I just thought I should mention it, because this has to happen now, by the sounds of it.
I don't want to risk him getting away.
No. I think Moses understands. I think it might be good to talk to him about this. I mean, as in for him to come with us. No?
I'm only here because you were important to her.
All right.
If you can't go, that's fine. I'll go on my own.
No. I don't think that should happen.
I'm not asking permission, Benjamin. I'm just giving you the option of coming with me if you want.
All right. Let me just get this person from my car and put them in the flat, and then we can go. All right. But think about it. It might be good to have some extra hands, you know. I'm gonna scurry back down towards the car.
It's curious that you haven't actually seen other individuals around the area of the flat, or you haven't had any communication with them yet. It's just occurring to you as you're heading back downstairs.
What, like as in just other people who are residents?
It occurs to you that your apartment is strangely empty, given what it's been like the last few times you've been in there.
No Amelia.
Yeah.
No Anatoly.
Is that what you mean?
No
Just
Rosita.
Yeah. Okay.
No, your friend.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the car and open the door. Say, good news. Wasn't anyone terrible? Out you come.
Step out.
So I'll bring Sarah back up to the flat. So the person who's there. I have a cat. Just to warn you. Do you like cats? Good. He's a good cat, really. He's been through a lot. Anyway, there's someone there, and she's a good person. She's like us, though, if that makes sense. Yes. All right. Good. So it's just nothing to worry about. So I'll go back to the flat. Go in.
Okay. Fagin's no longer in her arms. Fagin is currently perched on the rear of the chair, and he gives you a kind of disgruntled look as you walk through the door,
Okay.
and then just as she enters, and then slips off the back of the chair and just vanishes into the bathroom. But you can see the eyes just watching from in the low gloom of the room.
Okay.
And Danielle is just waiting by the window. She doesn't say anything. The book's no longer in hand. It's been returned to the table where it's remained.
Danielle, that's Sarah, and Sarah, that's Danielle. Danielle and I have got something to attend to, and you can stay here, and you don't need to worry. All of the windows and things are covered. You'll be fine. You'll be safe, and we'll be back hopefully before the night's over.
Damn.
Is there anything you need from me, or
You gonna leave me alone?
Well, I mean, not alone. I mean, Fagan's here, and he would very much, I'm sure, like it if you dropped a little food for him. I'll show you where the cupboard is. Are you? Sorry, things are a little time sensitive with Danielle. Is there anything you need before I pop out? I would say you could come with us, but I don't think that's probably a good idea, as you're, still adjusting to everything at the moment. That's my feeling. I'll glance at Danielle.
I don't know.
Well, and have you had any thoughts about me maybe making a quick call to Moses? I know he knows. He knows about them being wrong, and I think he'd understand. He'd help us. That's all I'm saying.
He killed the Lupine.
Vegan.
I mean, I know I imagine things sometimes, but come on, I'm not going to stretch it that far.
I'd rather no one else knew. But it's your call.
Well, let me see if I can reach him at least, and we'll go from there. I'll just show you that cupboard. I'll go into I'll point out the cat food cupboard, and I'll phone Moses. See if I can get through.
Okay.
If I'm outside the Warrens. My coterie phone, right? Okay.
The coterie phone.
The coterie phone. Hi. Okay. Benjamin?
Yes.
Did you pick up Sarah?
Yes, she's with me now, and she's fine.
Okay.
In the sense that I'm normally fine.
I need her to be safe.
Oh, she's safe. No, she's safe. She's just fine.
Yeah, because I needed to talk to you about a conversation I had with the Primogen, the Toreador Primogen.
Goodness, that sounds very important. The only thing is, there's a rather time-sensitive matter. I don't suppose you're free this evening, are you?
Well, depends. What do you have in mind?
I have in mind something that's time-sensitive, fairly urgent, quite important, won't wait, and I think you'd like to be involved in, but I can't talk about it over the phone.
Oh, where are you?
I'm at my flat.
Okay, I know where that is. I'll drop in. Alice will give me a ride. I'll be there as soon as he gets here. We'll get there.
All right.
Okay, see you soon. Bye. And the moment Alice arrives, I ask her to drop me off at Benjamin's.
Okay. So.
Ooh. Is that the crinkling of a note I hear?
Yes. For Carlos.
Carlos gets all the notes. Have you noticed?
Well, he's the
Well, he's the
so...
Yeah. Clan perk.
Clan perk.
Yeah, just write me a response and then send it back.
Cool.
So, and then we'll jump over to you in a moment. So, are you, after you've made your call, you've gone back up?
I've back to well, I made the call from the flat.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll say to Daniel, how far do we have to go?
He's at the Westminster School.
All right. All right. Sorry, it's quite hard to get my head around. That's all. This is all very very sudden.
You don't have to go.
I don't think you should go alone. I don't.
My safety's not your concern.
No, but I also think I want to know what happens, and I don't want to just. I just.
Well, if it goes well, I'll come and tell you. If you don't see me again, assuming it didn't go well.
Well, I understand that, but that's not. I don't think that's the. There aren't many people left, Danielle. I don't want you. I don't want you to. Something to happen to you. If I can help.
Roll charisma plus persuasion.
Social combat.
Charisma plus persuasion.
Yes.
You're on. Hang on, have I got too many dice? That's better. No, is that true? I think that's true. Yeah. How does 2 successes grab you?
Ties go to the active player, so. Fine. Oh, wait.
Oh, you were the active player. I thought you were you were on the receiving end of social combat.
And the moral of the story is don't fuck with Benjamin.
Yeah, social combat with Benjamin. Bad news.
If you need me to wait, I'll wait. But I'm not going to miss this opportunity.
I understand. I'm just saying let's make the most of the opportunity. If there's more of us, then there's more chance we'll all be all right, and more chance we'll be successful.
Okay.
So, I had a conversation recently with someone who's much more experienced than I am, and they said something to me, and now I'm really beginning to understand the wisdom of it. And what they said was, I suppose that the worries of today, you have a sort of nostalgia for later down the road. And I know exactly where you are. I've been there. I really have. You're hearing these things and you're thinking this is completely mad and ridiculous. And these people are talking as if they're in some kind of action movie. And what is going on? And I understand because I was that person. I said all of those things, and the people around me still said the things they did and still did the things that they did. And it was yes. So you have my sympathies. It's all rather shocking. It is probably what you're thinking. Very sorry. But you don't have to worry about any of that. You can stay here. You can relax. There's a huge, a vast amount of context to give you for this situation, which I doubt I have time to do. Suffice to say, I don't know. I don't even know where to begin. So maybe it's up to you. Do you want to know, or would you rather be blissful in ignorance? I don't mind. Because if you want, you can feed Fagin, and you can maybe watch some television, or they've got some very good books. In fact, you could read one of Danielle's books if you wanted. And you don't have to worry about any of this, and we'll see you later if you want. There's no shame in it. You're very new to this. You've had a lot on your plate. Completely understand.
I'd rather know.
Well, without going into too many specific details, there is somebody who is something of a horrific monster, and they are in a position where they are, vulnerable, for want of a better word, and it is our intention that they do not recover. Because if they recover, they're going to do terrible things. They've already done a lot of terrible things. Huge numbers of terrible things. Terrible things that I do not want to think about. So that's what it is. Obviously, I'm sparing you the details so that you're not culpable in any sense. Yes, quite the sensible reaction. So we'll be going soon. You rest here. Everything will be fine. And we can have a nice conversation when we come back. But do please feed Fagin. The poor dear often gets neglected because of comings and goings, and that will be nice. Oh, and do be careful. If you open the front door, he will bolt for it. So I don't really want him getting out. He's an indoors cat. Right, wonderful. If you could look after him for me, then that would be wonderful. Thank you.
You ready?
Yes. I believe Moses is on his way, and we can.
I just mean to get out of here.
Oh, of course. Yes.
It's going to get crowded soon.
Yes. All right, Sarah. Well, I will see you soon. There's a spare key here. If you need to go out, can I suggest you don't go out unless it's an emergency? And if you do go out, can you let one of us know? Wonderful. Good. And there's a spy hole here. If anyone comes to the door and it's not me or Moses or someone you know, I'd suggest you just don't answer. Great. Oh, do you want a number for me, actually? Yes, right. So I'll give her my number.
So he provides you with a number. Then begins making their way towards the door, and as Danielle walks past, she stops and considers you, and then draws you into an almost maternal embrace. She doesn't force it, but then she whispers into your ear before she goes, "It will get better." And then she lets go of you, and then starts through the door.
So I guess I'll go down to my car, and before we set off, I will check in with Moses. Maybe I'll say to Danielle, should I tell Moses where to meet us?
Yeah.
So I'll do that, and then get in and start driving to the place.
Meanwhile,
I tell Alice.
you've been waiting for a while before Alice finally shows up. And she tosses you the helmet as she pulls up next to you. It's still slung over her forearm where it was previously, suggesting that she's literally just been driving around. And she tosses it towards you and then waits for you to get onto the back of the bike. Then she looks over her shoulder without actually saying anything.
Yeah. I'm really sorry, baby. Okay, there's a lot I need to talk to you about, but first, wait. I really need to go to this address. I mean, I've been, the fact that I've been contacted by two Primogen is not, coincidence. It's a busy night, and it's a time-sensitive matter. I need to be with Benjamin addressing now something else, and I don't want to keep you from your stuff. Is it very important? Do you need to be somewhere at any time?
She nods.
Oh, you can. Do you have enough time to drop me off and then go, or do you need to leave now? Drop me off?
She reaches for the phone.
I give it to her.
Hands it back.
Okay.
Begins gunning the engine, turns the bike, and begins going back down the other side of the street. Giving you only just enough time to make sure you're grabbing on before she accelerates sharply down the road.
Help me, Potence! Hold on to
Don't
her.
kill your driver. Safety first.
My only hope.
And she continues gunning on down towards the Westminster School, which is, I'm assuming, where you're going?
Yeah, where he's telling me to go.
Okay. So, do a wits plus awareness.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay. You are being followed. There is a couple of decades old vehicle that's trailing along after you. It's doing well of keeping pace, despite its age.
Okay.
It's not like they're trying to hide that they're following.
Do I see who's driving it?
No, not with your successes. You just know that they're following. Alice does not notice.
Okay. I do let her know. It's like, we're being followed. So, probably drop me off a block or two before we arrive. And then move on. Alice, I need you to be honest. Is your meeting tonight with the Anarchs?
There's no response.
Can you please not go?
She doesn't answer. She continues to drive.
I try to check again whenever we stop like at a red light or something. I can like relax it back and see if I can catch a glimpse of the car.
Okay, so you're checking again.
Yeah, I'm checking
Wits
it.
plus investigation.
That is 3 successes.
Okay. You don't recognize them. They both have hoods up.
They have what?
Hoods up.
Hoods up. Inside the car. Not suspicious. Okay.
But they are quite intently staring at you.
And I'm looking at them. Do they seem phased by the fact that I know I'm being
Nope.
followed? Okay. Alice, make sure you make the next red light.
Okay. You're intent to lose them.
Nope. Whenever we reach the next traffic light or whatever, if it's going on amber or whatever, stop. So the next, I stop at the next red light.
Okay.
I'm not gonna try and lose them. Quite the opposite.
Okay. So she follows your instructions. She begins slowing the vehicle a bit in more accordance with the road laws, which is, I mean, it's not really that surprising. She's a little surprisingly like Ben when it comes to road safety. Aside from when she's in a mood, in which case, be gone, road laws. They mean nothing to me. But she does slow as she comes up towards one of the red lights, and the vehicle does pull into the lane behind her and then stops behind her.
Exactly. And I jump back and walk to the passenger. Literally, just jump back, walk to the driver's seat, waving,
Okay.
like signaling for them to roll down the windows or
Which
something.
side are you going to?
Drivers.
Okay. The window begins to descend, and you can glimpse in towards 2 Nosferatu. You recognize them. You're not quite sure of their names, but these are some of the ones who, the fact that you know very little about them suggests that they are quite capable of what they're doing. So the fact that they're letting you see them is a statement in and of itself.
They just lift the visor so they can see me. It's like, oh, it's you. Sorry, fellas. Yeah, I was warned that you would be following me. The thing is that it's been a rough couple of days, and looking at the light, it's been a rough couple of days, and I didn't know if anybody else was following me. Yeah, tag along. Actually, we're going to this address, and I tell them the address I'm going. So
They don't say anything. They kind of just look at your phone, look at
it's
you
like
as though...
I show the message. It's a coterie mate of mine. In case you don't see me, because you lose me, I will be at this address and I'll wait for you outside. And I just jump on the bike as it turns green.
They share a couple of words that you don't quite catch as the window goes back up. But then when Alice looks back over at you, checking back in the
Clanmates.
vehicle...
I go like, clanmates, I have a detail on me now. Please, Alice, don't go to the meeting with the Anarchs.
She guns the engine and starts going off. Doesn't say anything further. You have been driving off in the company of your 2 companions.
One companion?
One companion? You're going with Danielle and... Oh, no, you're staying behind. Apologies. Or are there only one companion? Yeah.
I mean, by all means, have other people in the car,
But don't freak me out.
but yeah, if you want to freak me out, there are more
not me.
people, but otherwise it's just Danielle.
Don't
Okay,
freak me out.
alright. So yeah, you're driving off towards Westminster School. Are you just going to make a straight run there, or...?
So, Danielle, how do you know? I will be driving relatively straight there, yeah. How do you know about this?
About what?
About where he is? I thought you'd be keeping away from him.
Quite the opposite, actually.
Oh.
I'm not... deluded. I know I can't do anything. But... in a weird way, it helps.
That's very strange because I find being anywhere near him doesn't help me at all.
Oh, he wasn't my sire.
He's not mine, Danielle. Edmund's dead. That's not Edmund. That's something else.
The skin will do. And if that's not Edmund, then that's reason enough to do what we're going to do.
Yes.
And if you're concerned about whether or not we can take him on in a direct confrontation.
I am very concerned about that.
Well, last I saw, he's in the gymnasium. That place is primarily wood.
That doesn't ease my fears much. Have you ever seen what he can do?
He's still kindred and fire and wood.
You said he was in a bad way. That's the only reason I'm countenancing this.
He is in a bad way. If he isn't, then why has he not gone back to his haven?
That's not a. I mean, there are possibilities. I'm just saying
I know he's injured. I know he's gone there. I know he hasn't left.
You know he can. He picked me up once by the neck, one-handed, like it was nothing, and he threw me across a room. If he gets even the sniff that we are moving against him, and he is not, I don't know, virtually in torpor, then we are going to suffer. You have to be sure about this, Danielle.
You can always stay in the car.
Well,
do you know what it's like to be an empath? I'm not talking... what we hear here.
Not really. I mean, I do know a little bit of what it's like to... I don't know.
What did you feel like when you lost her? Because I know she had an impact on your life. She has an impact on everyone's life. So what did it feel like when you lost her?
I don't know if I have the words. It was awful. It was like, I don't know. It was like dying. Like I was dying.
I felt that. But I felt her die as well.
I understand that you...
You don't understand, Benjamin. Don't pretend to understand. If you feel anything towards her, it's probably artificial. Whatever trade. I didn't mean that.
You should know that the one that killed her, you don't need to worry about her anymore.
The one that took her life is not the one that killed her, Ben. From what you say, he's already dead, but I'll take what little rewards I can get. The skin will be enough. And as you pull up, are you pulling straight up towards Westminster School?
I mean, I will be looking as we're driving, because I don't know what the situation is. But if it looks quiet, then I guess, yes, I will pull up.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily going to park slap bang outside the school, but I'll park nearby.
Okay. She remains in the car, doesn't immediately get out as you pull up.
I'll look around for signs of a nondescript person, brackets Moses, in the area. Or a Moses in the area.
Okay. He's not there yet. Have you still got all specs up?
I probably didn't when I was driving, but I will put up all specs when I'm looking for Moses.
Okay. Do me... Are you just looking for Moses, or how close are you to Westminster School?
I'm not parking slap bang outside it because...
But you're close.
Yeah, because he'll recognise my car.
Okay.
So...
Alright, make your check.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. He's not there yet. However, there is something else in the vicinity that you kind of double take over and you recognise as you look back.
Okay.
Over there, in front of the school,
Yes.
is one of your soaps
One of my what?
from your bathroom.
So one of my soaps.
From your bathroom.
Sorry. I don't know what I was expecting you to say, but it wasn't that.
You don't get it, okay? It's so cool.
Am I missing something here? Because I'm just imagining like a levitating bit of soap.
No, not a levitating. So a bit of your soap.
It's put there.
It's a distinctive Benjamin brand
Right.
that's outside the steps of the school. Which is probably the reaction that Benjamin would be having. So it's been a while since I've gotten this reaction from him.
Yes.
Can you see that, Danielle?
What?
That is by the steps. It's
Soap.
yes. Don't you think that's odd?
Said the Malkavian to the other Malkavian.
This is the most Malkavian discussion ever.
Yeah. Can you see the soap? Is the soap talking?
I mean, I've seen stranger things in the streets of London, but rarely soap.
That's
Fuck's sake, Peter.
that's mine.
Yours.
Well, I think it's from my bathroom.
You've written your name on it or something that makes this...
No, it's just well. I mean, I'm not saying it's literally mine. I'm just saying it looks like the soap I have at home.
You do have heightened senses. You probably smell it. It's yours.
Yeah, actually. So no, it's mine. It's come from my flat. Do you think he's been there?
I don't know, but I don't like this.
I don't like it either. I don't know if we should do this, Danielle. I'll be dropping heightened senses.
Comes around just as it begins to feel like someone's drilling into your ear. You switch them off. Feel disorientated all of a sudden. Your senses just come back in, and the streets seem suddenly darker. and the audio seems less clear, and it feels as though someone's smothering you with the sudden robbed sensations. But then you see a vehicle come round.
I tell her to pull before them.
They pull short, but as he's seeing with Auspex, before he drops it, you see them come round.
Yeah.
And you notice the helmet as being a familiar one, not one that he owns, but you recognise the helmet. And she stops shy.
I get off and I stand in front of her in the motorcycle, like literally, like straddle, and I open her visor and mine, so we look eye to eye, and tell her there are things happening tonight. I cannot tell you now, but I will tell you everything. But you gotta trust me on this, Alice. I cannot be around my people, nor you cannot be around yours. I came here to deal with Benjamin, but also to get him out of this mess. Let's get him, Sarah, you and me, and be safe for one night.
She places a gloved hand on top of yours. And you can tell just by looking at it, this is taking considerable mental control. But she speaks. And it is worn from disuse. Even though it's not been too long with it, you get the feeling that the fact that her body just hasn't brought the vocal cords online like the rest of her body. I know. Which is why I'm going.
Then you know why I want to hide you and myself. If you know, then you know I'm gonna be cold. And the best excuse I have in the world for not answering that phone is you. If you go, I'll go. But it'll be to look for you. And I don't think your people are gonna be very happy to see me. I don't owe nothing to that fucker, but I owe you the world.
You need to trust me, Moses. She grips your hand a bit tighter. The way we are, it won't work. So I'm gonna change the way things are.
I take off my helmet and take off hers.
You'll be seen.
Fuck his law. He should realize with so many of us in the city, well, if he starts crushing our dreams, well, he should respect us not letting him sleep. But I cannot lose you.
I'm not going to fight embers. That's not what I'm doing.
Promise me you'll stay away from danger. And the sidelines, helping people recover. I don't know.
No. Wouldn't be me if I wouldn't be me if I didn't.
Fight fledglings. I don't know what you're gonna do. You don't.
Won't be embers. Now I need to go. So get the fuck off my bike or I'll run you over.
I will try my best to just move away. I'm fighting with my feelings for her and the bond at the same time.
Okay. It's not a full bond yet.
No, but it's on its way. So it's fairly recent.
Oh yeah, you've got feelings there, but it's not like the kind of supernatural compulsion of the bond.
I give her a kiss, and then I hand her her helmet. I said, "Don't hate me if you see me later on." And then I shake the helmet like, "I'm keeping this. I need to cover my face." And I wink at her as I just walk backwards as she leaves.
She pulls the helmet back on, closes the visor, turns the bike around, and takes off.
This better be fucking good, Benjamin. And I turn around and start walking towards him.
So you would have witnessed this scene. Not as well as you could have, with all
No,
specs.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not listening in on
But
it.
I mean, even with all specs down, you're a perceptive guy. So you would have got most of this. Danielle's not looking at that. She's pretty taken now with the soap.
I mean, he's coming now. He's coming.
I walk all the way towards them. And I go, "Where's Sarah?"
I'll wind down the window. Say, why don't you get in?
I look at the back seat.
Just front of you.
Yeah. I look at the back seat. Open the door. "Where's Sarah?" And I jump in.
She's in my flat. She's safe. She's fine. She's with Fagin. It's fine.
Oh yeah. The monster killer Fagin. I'm sorry. I've had a rough night. Hi.
Look, there's Danielle.
Hi,
Look, there's 1,000 things we need to talk about. But the thing we're going to talk about is this thing right now, which is that in there, I'll point towards the school, is Edmund, and he's injured, and Danielle. Look, you have to. I'm trusting you on this. I hope you're not going to do something, I don't know, houndy. But
Like I check if I have a round in the chamber, and if I don't, I put the fire rounds just to be on the safe side, and I lock one on it, and I start getting the silencer.
so,
Fuck,
but
Nancy's gonna hate me.
He's injured, and we're going in, and I thought you might. Well, it would be good to have more people, and that you would understand, because most people don't understand that he's dead, but you do. So that's why I've called you, and that's why we're going. We're going, apparently. We are going, is that right, Danielle? Except that there's a problem because at the steps there, my soap is there. There's some
What?
There's some soap by the steps, and it came from my bathroom. We don't understand why, and it's kind of worrying because did it mean he was in my flat just now? Why?
Well, he has done it in the past. I remember me being in your flat, and he just showed up.
He has, but I didn't know he was, and that's worrying because
That means that he knows you're here.
You think that's a sign that he knows I'm here? That it's like a warning or something? I don't.
I'm gonna ask a stupid question, but
Yes.
given that I'm asking it to you, it will sound reasonable. Do you have something with germs, like a thing against them?
I mean, not a pathological thing, but I do like things to be clean.
But sometimes you get your hands dirty and doesn't matter. You will clean them later.
Well, I mean, not if I'm going out, but of course, my work often you get paint on your hands and things. Of course, you do.
So there is no super special relationship between your soap and you.
No.
As in, that would not be something Edmund would know.
Oh, you mean like a symbol or a no?
Or would that be like? Do you have like secret
No.
graffitis or stuff
No.
only done with soap?
No soap graffiti.
Are you 100% sure that's your soap from your house?
Yes. But also time is running out, and this is an opportunity, and
Okay, I'm gonna ask only one thing of you two, both of you.
yes,
Whatever we're gonna do,
yes,
I will help you.
all right, thank you.
Unless it'll get us all killed. Or at least me.
Yes, well...
But if we make it out, you have to tell every single person that asks you, if they ask you, ever, you never told me what I was getting myself into. Ever.
All right. I'll just
You
say
just asked for help, no questions asked, and I was stupid enough to say yes.
Fine. I'll do that.
So, to the best of my knowledge, I will believe that Edmund is in there just as much as I believe that's your soap.
Fine.
You have not said anything. You just mentioned you needed a hound.
Do you...
Is that understood?
Yeah, yes, of course.
Okay, let's do this.
Do you have a plan, Danielle? You seem to know what's going on. No.
I know he's in there. That's it.
When you say he is in there, what time is it?
Are you asking me or are you asking her?
Her.
About 2, 3.
And he's there.
Yes, and he's injured.
Of course he's fucking injured. He failed.
Failed what?
Oh, he must have sword wounds up the wazoo. Yes, let's go in.
Right. I don't know. I don't know if I can, to face him. No, I'll try.
Just quiet.
Yes. Oh, yes. We'll have to be quiet. He mustn't know we're coming.
Very quiet. And I'll go hungry for you. Unseen passage. I will not go hungry for you. Sorry, my friend. That is a success. Still at hunger 0. Making the most out of those freaking pedophiles. They are useful for something. Fueling the Moses beast. That's it.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Scouting up ahead.
Okay, where? Are you going through the door? Are you looking for a window? Or are you... It's an old school building.
Yeah. My specialty on stealth is break-in, so that's what I'm going to go for.
You just going to break in? You're going to try and find a...
I'm going to find an open window, or a loose door, or a loose hinge, or a tragaluz, however you call the thing, skylights.
Okay.
Any of these.
Yeah. We will say... Intelligence plus stealth. Or intelligence plus last. But you can use your specialty.
Okay. I have both skills. You said I could use my specialty, right? Then I get it. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I could willpower. I'm full willpower thanks to the fatal files. Willpower, just to make absolutely sure. 5 successes, no crits.
Okay. The front door is open. Yeah. There is, based upon the way you look around the building, none other. It is quite well secure.
That's weird.
Given where it's situated.
I go in it.
You're going in? Moses steps inside.
As he's leaving the car, I'll say, do you want us to wait here, or should we follow?
Yeah, come on. I will just lead the way.
Danielle, get out.
She steps out of the car, and then as you're watching her, there's just a very, very slight shimmer around her.
Fine. I'm going to probably have a moment, actually. Because he's imagining going in there and facing Edmund again with intent to violence. And Edmund terrifies the shit out of Benjamin. So I think he's going to have a moment where he sort of babbles by the car for a moment. Going, I can't do this. Can't do this. And then
you
go on.
Go on.
Oh.
Depending on what you say.
I was going to say that he is going to try and reach for that kind of calmer part of himself that he also associates with the obfuscate when it comes on. So he will also act on unseen passage as well. Of course I get hungry. Of course I do. I mean, of course I do.
So, unified and invisible to pretty much everyone, apart from yourselves, you begin making your way up towards this school, the door of which is now open thanks in part to Moses. And you step inside. The corridors are old, very well kept and clean, given where their situation. And it's the kind of building that you'd expect, you know, the kind of place where you look at and it's like prim, proper, uniforms, everything like that. And the whole place speaks as to that, the kind of pictures they have on the wall and everything else. This is a old school building. And that atmosphere carries quite easily. And it feels like you're walking back through a bit of history. And the way that you move, you have to remind yourself to tread slowly, those that have to, in order to ensure that there is no echo from your footfall. And Danielle moves gracefully at your side, keeping pace with you even as you move forward at different times, making your way towards the gym. And the gym is one of the more modern parts that has been built onto this. And you can tell that immediately the moment that you approach the doors and you realise the door wood itself is actually younger than pretty much everything else in this building. Through the
like
corridors.
A fire door.
Yeah. One that's been brought up to standard. And those changes are, even to someone that doesn't study anything like a carpenter or anything similar like that, they're quite obviously newer. But then as you approach, you realise that the door itself leading into this chamber is very, very slightly ajar. Enough so that you could slip through if you wanted to. And you can hear voices on the other side of the door.
Well, I have heightened senses up, so I would like to know what they're saying.
Sure. Okay.
I start making my way to the little space. Suck my tummy in.
Okay. So you're stopping and listening, and Danielle lingers by you, looking back over to you, realises that you're counting your head and stops. And she doesn't seem to be doing the same, but the way her eyes trace after Moses is clear that she's tracking his movement, and he slips out of view. And what you can see in front of you stalls you immediately. At the centre of this wooden gymnasium, the walls of which are lined with the climbing rigs that are used, that can be pulled out and has rope ascensions and everything else that kids use for whatever gym activities they have to do. Everything's been put away, and right at the very centre of this gym is a hunched figure. Very bloodied, very warped. And it takes you a moment to try and piece together what this thing looks like. And then it comes to you that it's very, very similar to a description that Ben once gave you. And it's in a twisted, matted velvet robe. But it is staring upwards at someone who is sat on one of the wooden benches, just leaning forward and having a very kind of conversational dialogue, which is very much one-sided, because the figure at the centre of the room hasn't said anything, with fangs bared which are cutting down into this porcelain white face, with blood dripping down from the fangs and just vanishing in this velvet robe. There's a guttural snarl which is coming out of the throat, which has been ruined. And the way that the arms are twisted, even in ways that are not by intentional design, because now you get a better look, this figure is almost skeletal spider-like in the way that they're twisted. And they've got bones jutting out from little areas of their form, which become unveiled as they kind of twist. But the one in front of them is completely unfazed, with long blonde hair, which has been tied back, and a simple t-shirt and jeans, and his feet are bare. And he's just speaking, and you immediately pick up on the voice and recognize it as Anatoly.
Yeah.
Soap equals Anatoly. He went
Yeah.
to your bathroom
He
like
did.
5 times.
He did.
He never left with his hands wet.
Yeah, it's true, but I don't think Benjamin would ever think that Anatoly would steal his soap. I mean,
He's a
that's
soap
just-
stealer.
That shocked me.
And you notice that now the soap makes sense, given that Anatoly is still rubbing his hands, and you can see the suds from the soap in between his hands.
He has another soap.
No, he doesn't have another one. You can see soap suds on his hands.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's weird.
And he's just there rubbing his hands back and forth as he's speaking. And the subject that he's speaking about, it intrigues you. Because it's not what you expected to hear as a dialogue. And you recognise the snarls. Twisted as they are, there is an undercurrent there that you recognise it. And your beast recognises, because your beast begins to coil. And you can feel it in your gut, like every muscle tensing. In that painful, unreleased way. And he's simply saying, it's 3 princes, you know. I mean, it doesn't have to be princes in the term that most people understand it. It could be any of them. I don't think it's you. But you made a good effort. But you rushed. And everything's becoming rushed. Even humanity's rushing. But we weren't so different before. I just wonder, how different things would be if humanity moved at our pace. I mean, it'd be less exciting. I don't think the visions would be any different. But I know you. I mean, your face has never changed. I mean, it's changed now. But I still see you. But this wasn't how things were supposed to end. But it's because of you he is where he is. And that's heartbreaking. Because he's going to hurt a lot of people. Just like you did. Some of them will deserve it, but most. But I do have some good news for you, at least in provided things progress the way they should. At least you'll be killed by one of your own. I mean, that's what you wanted. Now, I know you don't understand most of what I'm saying. Less so than most other people. Because it's the beast I'm speaking to. Does that make you more insightful? Doesn't for me. It does smell fresher. You can still smell the blood and the fire. I was hoping it'd work, at least then I could tell him to bring a couple. Because one day he'll smell it. I've got places to be. So thank you for the opportunity to glimpse the past. I'll let you know how the future goes. And he starts walking towards the door.
I have been circling around, probably listening to the guy taking slow steps. So I am opposite Anatoly. Well, Moses doesn't know, but opposite Anatoly with Vehement in the middle. Slightly back. Enough that I can just make maybe a potence jump and clear a distance if need be. But close enough within point blank shot range.
Okay.
I assume a wits plus obfuscate roll is in.
Well, first, what are you guys doing?
I think hearing Anatoly's voice and thinking about everything that's happened recently, and also he knows Edmund's in that room, and that does scare him. So I think Benjamin is going to do something he wouldn't normally do, but in this very weird set of events in book 4, I think it might be feasible. Obviously, veto me, ST, if you want.
Okay.
But I think he is going to try and flick the switch, as Anatoly would put it.
Okay.
As in, I don't think Benjamin thinks he's capable of going into that room and facing Edmund,
Okay.
but he thinks that he might be able to make himself capable.
Okay.
Oh, and Dr. Jekyll summons Mr. Hyde.
Because normally he doesn't even have a concept of that, but he does at the moment because people keep telling him about
Do
it.
your willpower plus Bane.
Just, okay. As a willpower roll.
Yeah.
Okay. 1.
1.
Yeah.
It happens. Because you failed.
Oh yeah, because you lose
Yeah.
control.
Okay.
And then just like a veal lifting.
Oh my God, it's Simon.
Okay, now I'm going to go in the room.
Okay. You step into the room, but what you see there is not Edmund. You recognize it. You saw it hanging from a ceiling once. But it's not Edmund. It's beautiful. Disgusting. Terrifying. And fascinating. Like you would not believe. This is the kind of shit you want to be painting. What are you doing?
I'm going to...
You can see Moses slowly circling around. And you see Anatoly moving up past you. And you don't know if it's your imagination, but the way he twists and turns and looks back at him, he almost seems to shift very slightly so he walks past you instead of into you.
Sure.
Which is not unusual,
Mm.
but it's the way that he kind of glances, does a sideward glance as he moves past and steps outside. And he seems to not purposefully, because as he's about to reach for the door, he stops himself, leaves it open and moves past. And Danielle watches him move and then slowly follows you into the room.
So polite.
I'm going to... I want to move around the edge of the room to begin with. Well, actually, maybe not hugging the wall. I want to get behind Edmund. But I also want to take my time because I want to examine him as I'm moving because I want to remember what he looks like.
Okay. You remember every single detail because unlike before, there are very subtle differences to what you saw. The creature you saw hanging up is before you, but there are traces of Edmund. Traces that Moses wouldn't notice, but you would. The way he moves, like Edmund. the way he snarls like Edmund, and the rage in his eyes like Edmund. But in all other regards, he looks alien to you. Fascinating, beautiful, but alien. But there's just enough of Edmund there for you to know what to fixate on. And you begin making your trace around. You can see he's got his gun out as you begin circling. And he's snarling there at the centre of the room. The way he's broken suggests that he may be unable to move. But he is very slowly twisting his head back and forth. And you can hear the crack of bone as he does it. It's almost like he is alert, but he doesn't know what for. So what are you doing? Both of you.
I think I'm rolling wits plus obfuscate to approach him without, like, literally be.
So I guess as Moses is approaching, are you approaching him directly, as in the way he's facing?
No.
Are you approaching from the side?
Yes.
So if Moses is coming in from the side, I guess I will move so I'm kind of not directly opposite because he's got a gun, but coming from a slightly different angle, but also from behind. So I'm going to take my sweet time.
Make your rolls.
So this is obfuscate plus...
This is wits plus
obfuscate.
Wits plus obfuscate, yeah.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
I have 5 successes and a desire to
I'm going to spend a willpower point.
power.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Very good idea.
Crit win, 5 successes.
I have just 5 successes, no crit. Not gonna spend willpower. And he saw us. I need to listen to that bucket of dice.
Okay. So what was your intended actions?
Me, just see what I have in front of me. I have no idea what this is. I've never seen it. Moses doesn't even know. I mean, they told him Edmund was here, and I find this, and I know this is not Edmund. What is this? So I'm more curious than anything.
Okay.
But
So who rolled the less? At least
5 successes either.
I got a crit win.
But he got a crit win and I
Okay.
didn't.
Right.
Would you like to know my intention?
I know your intention.
Awesome.
Uh-oh.
And I will give you one shot to do it, since you got a crit win, before he acts against Moses.
Okay. So what I would like to do when I get... Because I'll be just moving closer and closer.
Yep.
And when I get close, and I'm kind of behind him, I'm going to move up behind him, and I'm going to sink my teeth into the back of his neck.
Okay.
And begin to drink. Well, I'll bite him first, I guess, and then the shit will get great lives, but that's my plan.
Right. Make you... Yeah, you got a crit win. Make your roll.
Strength per roll person thingy.
No, the thing won't account, because he's at a difficulty 1. because
Oh,
he's
yes,
hit.
that's
I've got to drink him first, haven't I?
Yeah, you've got to roll first.
So is it a brawl roll, effectively?
Yeah, strength plus brawl minus 2, I believe, yeah.
Yeah. Does grapple apply? No, it doesn't with the bite, does it?
No.
No. So strength. Brawl. I'm going to rouse because I haven't got many dice.
If you fail this is going to get interesting.
Yeah, sure. Strength. Sorry, I'm just doing the maths.
Because,
Oh yeah, okay.
you know, the rule book treats people lost to the beast in a very nice way.
Okay.
Oh.
3 successes.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Three.
and 3.
Okay.
It's as good as it could get, I tell you. I'll just roll to see if I get hungry. Of course I do.
Well,
I'm allowing him...
you get 2 aggravated damage.
Oh, yeah. I know. He's got 1 left.
Oh, damn. Oh, and
One
he will try
willpower
to...
roll.
Yeah, to...
Yeah.
And that's how
Sarah.
Moses dies.
So, you have been on your own for quite a while,
Yep.
for which I'm sure Benjamin and the ST apologise.
It's true.
And you've been in this foreign living room with the numerous books, a very incessantly mewling Fagin. Seems to be vying for attention, but every time you go near him, and then slinks off. And then as soon as you settle, seems indecisive about whether or not he wants to go near you, but he doesn't want you to go near him. It's like a kind of strange cat-like relationship.
Yeah, so
Fittingly.
Sarah's gonna
Normal.
put just soy pop, some food, put it in the bowl. To do.
No, I mean, the amount you're putting in there. I mean,
To you
is probably. I mean, you haven't really, you haven't had a cat before, so to you it seems pretty decent. But to Fagin, it's wow! I never get this much.
Yeah.
And you can tell from the reaction of the way he darts over and begins eating, and he even comes in close proximity to you without making a sizable noise. And
Yeah. Once kind of fit for the bowl, Sarah's gonna kind of have a look around for blankets or anything like that, and then find if he's got something like a walk-in wardrobe or something like that. Basically, they close the door, make a nest, and just one of those like comfort nests, because just nest up and just rocking there, or just still.
okay. Roll me.
Oh.
Wits plus blood potency.
Okay. With hunger dice, I guess.
No.
No hunger dice. Two.
Okay. We will jump back to what happens to you after the break, because I'm not going to run over this time, because last week I got angry looks from everybody. So we're going to go on time, and then we'll jump back to Sarah, and then we'll jump back to the Adventure Twins.
So, interestingly, last week we didn't kill anyone. And
No die.
no one died. And we didn't meet any SPCs we hadn't met before, which means our boards are currently just chilling out.
Up to date.
Yeah, they're all good. They don't need updating, so that's fine. You look like a man who wants to...
Yeah. Announcement. So, there is a new Kindred Academy video coming up in a YouTube near you tomorrow. So we're gonna have a release of lesson 4. We have already went through what is Vampire the Masquerade, setting the scene, setting the stage, and character creation. And tomorrow we'll start with lesson 4, our cycle on clans, starting with Clan Gangrel. It's alphabetical with Clan Bruya. It's alphabetical, says he, as he doesn't. I mean, the alphabet in English is different, to be honest. I mean, it's sorry, perdón, señor. I'm not talking anymore.
So the other thing to say is that I say with my kind of sad hat on that of course we are closing in towards the final episodes of Blood on the Thames, and then if I take my sad hat off and put my kind of excited hat on, there is lots of work going on behind the scenes to do with Blood on the Thames. I'm not going to tell you much about what's going on yet, except to say that we have now finalised the players, some of whom you will recognise, some of whom you won't, and some very cool stuff. And we are currently happily creating characters, and all kinds of other stuff, technical stuff and art stuff is going on behind the scenes. And more of that will be coming up soon on the website. So yay. And also sad, but yay. So, are there any questions, Callum?
Ooh, we have plenty. First question: any books that anyone's reading at the moment? What books are you reading?
Be a pirate. And
Is that advice or the name of the book?
actually, it's actually I think it's How to Be a Pirate or something. I actually forgot the name of the book. It was given to me on. There was a talk at work talking about being pirate as in being innovative. And pirates were very innovative when it came to plundering and all that stuff. So it's a very interesting book, but I have been more dealing into how are things inside of it. So I will show a picture on Twitter later on.
So I'm reading a book called Children of Ruin by Adrian Tchaikovsky, which is a sci-fi book, which kind of involves space, humans, octopi, and spiders, and also some other stuff. And it is the sequel to Children of Time, which is a sci-fi book about space humans and space spiders. And it's good. It's good.
I have actually just the other day finished reading the Assassination Classroom manga series, which I thought was quite fun. It's about a classroom in Japan manga, which the end class lowest low of this school, and they're being trained to be assassins to kill the creature who is their teacher. This creature having destroyed 70% of the moon, and on their graduation day, he has promised to do the same to Earth. So they have this year to kill him.
Sounds like a lovely book.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating series. At the end, the end is tragic and beautiful.
How about you, Titus? The book.
Nod.
I think you were not in shot. Can you do that again? Just. Book of Nod. I would say the Kindred Bible, but a lot of the stuff was written by people who still walking the earth, so it's not allegorical at any point.
So, any other questions?
Yes. Where do you get the inspiration for your characters then?
Ooh, for the Blood of the Thames?
Blood of the Thames.
Oh, Blood of the Thames. Okay, where do I get my inspiration from my character? I think I started with an idea, and I fleshed him out as much as I could. And then I started viewing him as I played him. I think as you play, you develop a sense of how it feels and what feels right and wrong. I don't know. I think I wanted to go with. Oh, that's a hard question. Or probably I just don't have an answer. I just was inspired by playing it as I played him.
So I don't think there was a specific example. I'm thinking about this actually when people ask about where any kind of creative inspiration comes from. And I think what actually happens is you absorb lots of stuff, like you read books, you watch shows and so on, play games and things. And then all of that kind of gets into like a mulch that gets trodden down, and then stuff just kind of comes out of that. So with this character, the inspiration just sort of crawled out of a dark recess of my brain. But I couldn't tell you what the specific thing is, but it's probably just a bunch of kind of stuff all just squished up, which isn't probably very helpful. Yeah. I guess I would just say, if you're looking for inspiration for kind of characters, just, indulge in reading and watching and playing lots of cool stuff.
Yeah. And boring stuff, they help you as well.
I mean, I reckon they should probably do this for Jim originally. Jim, the inspiration was kind of me, to be honest, as a way that maybe if I hadn't met some seriously good people at a very one time in my life, that a dark path I could have potentially gone down, and of course being enhanced because of vampire. That was an interesting self-destructive path to explore, which is also terrifying, seeing as I've based in a lot myself. And Sarah, based on something that he is highly protective over, and suddenly I'm playing his sister now. So that was certainly an intense ride as Jim.
Any more for any more?
Yes, a happy question now.
Yay!
How do you like to take your teas and coffees?
Coffee.
This is a Mitch question.
Who else could it be?
It's a Mitch question. For me, if it's Venezuelan or Colombian coffee, well, I say, I'm sorry to be that snobbish, but if it's proper good coffee, I like it like black, no sugar. If not, a freaking mug of coffee and milk with lots of sugar. But it has to be like a seriously pint-sized mug. It's like huge.
So Carlos is correct. If it's good coffee, have it black, and if it's instant coffee or NAF coffee, sugar and milk. And in terms of my tea, I guess I have like tea the colour of He-Man's skin with a couple of sugars.
Tea the color of He-Man.
He-Man tea with sugar.
He-Man tea.
I'm told coffee is good. However, the smell of coffee that I've had previously has completely put me off even considering trying it. To be honest, but I don't often drink tea, but when I do, it's sort of a medium with sugar in. I like it. I like it sweet.
The color of He-Man's skin.
Yeah.
That's coffee and milk, but what's the proper tea to milk ratio to get the proper? And is it He-Man as in Adam?
No, that would be
He-Man?
horrifically milky tea.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
So
He-Man.
what do I?
Specific, you're getting into this.
I mean, because if it's He-Man, at least he's tanned. You know, it's likely tanned.
It's He-Man in He-Man form.
I note.
Or is he Adam, like very pale?
No.
I note that Carlos is the Venezuelan in the room, and the Venezuelan is the one going nuts over tea, not the Brits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say, I don't have to see that often.
Put your thumbs out, boys.
I didn't know my
I know. It's sad.
Any more?
Are we good?
No, we got one more final question.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who in the cast would most like to Diablerize?
What? Who would we most like to Diablerize?
Oh, who would our characters would like to Diablerize?
Or who we would like to
Who
Diablerize?
are you, the cast?
Oh.
And does the person we Diablerize have to be someone else involved in Blood on the Thames, or can they be like anyone in the world?
I think in Blood of the Thames.
Yeah. Let's keep it in Blood on the Thames. So if I
Okay, so I'm going to Diablerize Carlos, probably because he's got some very useful skills that I would like to possess. Lots and lots of useful skills.
I could also teach
You've got a
him.
lock on your door too.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock my door. Like I could also
Yeah.
teach him all those.
I
skills.
probably or Dylan, because both of them have skill sets that I'm nowhere near to that would be extremely advantageous for me to have.
And nobody would know if he did it because no one ever sees it.
No.
Yeah.
See?
So, and you might be thinking, but where is Dylan? And why is Peter suddenly so good on the computer? Well, now you know.
I would say Rachel, if I could get her like a fraction of her talent,
Yeah.
because that's one of my greatest frustrations in life. One of in the
Yeah.
top 3 things that I have never been able to, and I would love to, is drawing anything beyond like disproportion, like ill proportionate stick figures.
Yeah.
And also, if that comes with a little bit of her sass, that will be like amazing. So yeah.
I mean,
Oh, I should have said Mitch for the hair.
I don't think Diablo works like that though.
I think. So many good options for all very different reasons. Because I'm surrounded by people who are talented in things which I am not talented in the slightest. So it's the single probability it'd be like which one of them I come across first, probably.
I mean, why stop at one? Why
Yeah,
not just do the whole lot?
that's the thing. That's the thing. If it was to, I'd probably just do them all. But
That's the thing. I'm scared that he's not saying a name because he might be he might put us like on the trail of who would he start with. He would start with and then move on.
I mean, if there's a thing I have to choose one, which I would have to start with, and to get skills that would mean that I would be able to get everyone else, I'd have to start with Titus.
And I'd let him. Didn't see that twist coming, did you?
The thing is, however, I'm pretty sure I've become Malkavian because I'll have each one of their voices in my head.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, which
And
would be...
I'm already difficult to keep quiet.
What a joy.
I know.
eh?
Compared with what I already have in my head, yeah, I would most certainly become a Malkavian.
Cool. Those good set
We
questions.
do
Any more
have
for
one
you?
more.
Oh.
We have one more.
Yeah, I specified one in the chat.
Oh, you came up?
From Galaxy Heartbeat.
Which one was that?
Lane?
What's everyone's favourite colour?
Grey.
Grey.
Variable, but probably blue.
Dun, 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 dun.
I was thinking about the same thing. Countdown.
It's... Honestly, it's...
Just name it. Do it.
It's not gonna be wrong. Whatever you say, it's not gonna be wrong. I said grey.
Rainbows.
Rainbow. See? That's not a color. But that's
No,
that's
so
his
that is
answer.
wrong, but that's fine.
But that's his
We're
answer.
done. Titus?
Aqua.
Callan?
Blue.
There you go.
No, it says blue.
Bing.
Dun.
Thank you all for your questions.
Thank you.
They're awesome.
How do cast make that engineering? Rainbow.
So, all questions done?
I think so, yes.
Sweet.
Hi, Lane.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys mentioned this, but I hope everyone has been enjoying the educating cars video because yeah, in the background, yeah, I am very guilty. Oh,
Yeah, I can say for sure that at least these two were in the background, so the sniggering you listened to.
yeah.
Like I have friends in Venezuela who were texting me like, dude, who were the guys who put you up to this? Are they the guys laughing behind the scenes? And I was like, yeah.
The real question is, who's the ghost?
The mysterious ghost.
I've got to admit, the day afterwards, my ribs were hurting.
I want to go to a restaurant where they serve you food like that.
Yeah. Good
Like a ghost shows up, uses stuff, they leave. Also, you don't know if it's the same person ever, unless they are disproportionately different in
And they don't look at
height.
what they give you, it's just random. This isn't the soup. It's living. So yeah,
Just remember, that's approved.
Carlos approved. Best part of that. So, you didn't vote Marmite though. Hashtag disappointed. So,
I like Jaffa Cakes though.
I'll forgive you then. Sarah, you Jaffa fiend.
Uh-oh.
You have been in your nest, getting... That's alright. Getting comfortable as best you can in a strange environment, with everything going on. You can hear in the distant room, Fagin moving back and forth. His bowl now empty, and you can tell from the way that it's sliding along the ground that he's devoured the lot and has gotten to the bottom. But then, after a few moments, you hear an additional sound. Roll. Resolve plus stealth. Stamina plus stealth, yeah. That's an even better fit. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Rolls stamina minus health.
Nice.
4.
Okay. You hear it. can hear hard shoes meeting marble. Hello? I know you're here. Footsteps approach. Well, now I'm confident you're not Benjamin. Do me a favour, darling. Step out of the cupboard. The closet. Whatever the ST should have said.
Anyway.
Smart girl.
I'd rather our first meeting not be strained. And I have the patience of a saint, so when you're ready. Are you moving? Okay. You have been making your way
Yes.
towards Edmund.
Mm.
And then just as you are getting close, bzzzt, goes off next to you.
Next to me.
Yeah,
So who has it?
your phone.
Oh, my phone.
It's on silent, but the buzzing of it vibrating carries easily in this hall.
Yeah.
With everything so deathly silent, it carries.
Yeah, and I
And
usually
he twists, and the moment he twists, that face looms large in front of you. And there is a briefest moment where, out of reflex, you begin to lift the weapon, but it's too low. And by the time his hand clasps upon yours, that familiar, elongated skeletal hand, and his jaw extends to an impossible length as he moves towards you, he suddenly stops moving and tumbles forward as the full weight of him strikes you and carries you off your feet, with Benjamin latched on his back, having bitten down on his neck. And you hit the ground heavily in a pile of mangled limbs as he ceases to move. What are you doing now that you're attached to him?
Well, I'm on hunger 4, so I'm going to be drinking some blood, please.
Okay, so I need you to make a willpower roll.
Yes. 4 successes.
Okay. This is incredible, what you're drinking. And it's made more so because there is a quality to it which feels wrong. But that appeals to a part of you, and you can't quite explain why, but it's there, and there is a familiar texture to it. This isn't like when you had whatever it was forced down your throat when you were in torpor. This is different. Completely different, but equally as euphoric. And your eyes begin to flutter of their own accord, begin rolling back into your head as you just drain and drink and drink. And the creature that sprawls out underneath you begins spasming, with his hands slapping hard on wood, with his nails scraping across the surface of it and bringing up curls of wooden surface where it strikes and cuts. And as he begins flopping underneath you, you fight to hold on to him. The beast taking over the control of your arms and just gripping and holding him in place, as blood begins seeping down your passage, drawn in. So you'll go all the way down to 1. Until there is nothing left. But the beast wants more.
Now, this doesn't taste like Edmund, does it?
No.
She makes me slightly less. Like if it tasted like Edmund.
It tastes familiar, but it's not like identical.
No.
But there's traces of him there which, to your lizard part of your brain, would make the association. So I will let you make a choice now.
I will.
Given that you have purposely slipped into a more uncaring mindset,
Yes.
I'm going to ask for a willpower roll.
Sure. So current willpower just straight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. How does 3 successes grab you?
What are you doing, Carlos? Moses.
First, standing up.
Mm-hmm.
And like grabbing my gun, probably some. So I just you reach for the gun, stand up, go back, see Benjamin draining him dry. I am just holding it there because if the guy just does, and he goes flying, I start shooting. But as long as Benjamin has him there, I am not risking. I have the fire rounds. I'm not risking missing and shooting him. So I stay at slight distance, but I don't think I will say anything for the time being. And I will not check my phone if it's still buzzing, or it was just
Still buzzing.
a buzz.
No, still buzzing.
Let me see if I can.
Are you making a willpower roll?
Yes, I failed. Curious Moses was like.
With what you got, the beast is telling you, giving you an instinctual understanding of what you can do to surpass the one that has haunted you for so long and become better than him. And it is saying all the right things, and you are in the wrong personality for this to be said to.
Sure.
So I will let you choose, because you got it dead on. You will come under your clan compulsion for the rest of the night if you refuse.
I think, if I'm honest, I think obviously on a normal evening I would probably be appalled and want to get away. But I think as I currently am, I'm going to be relying on external sources to stop me at this point.
Okay.
I'm looking at my phone. Well, like.
Can I borrow a book, please, Phil?
Do you want this one?
Yeah, whichever one's easiest to get to.
Okay. If it's any consolation, it takes quite a while.
That's all right.
Like a scene or something.
It takes like a scene.
And for you to stop will require you spending a willpower point as well.
Okay, sure. I think unless
Now that you've
failing
started,
a roll,
because the moment you start and you begin feeling the effects of it,
yeah,
it's hard to stop. So,
I just want to see who is calling.
Nancy.
And drop. I go check it, drop it. Well, not even drop it. Just leave it there.
Okay. Benjamin continues to feed. But it sounds like he is drawing from a straw which is already pulled shut. And...
Does he look in frenzy?
No.
I mean, I have been in frenzy and I sadly have killed.
But he's not in
frenzy.
well, it's hard for you to tell. He is not, wrenching the body apart or thrashing it about as
No, I
he
mean,
speaks.
like a hunger frenzy. He could have been a hunger frenzy and I could have seen him.
It's hard for you to tell without getting in close.
Oh, I'm getting close.
Okay.
Because the closer I get, the easier it is to miss him and
So
hit the other.
intelligence plus insight.
Intelligence, insight. Yeah, 0 successes.
You have no fucking clue.
Benjamin?
But there is a strong suggestion that it may be. I mean,
it could be.
this is his
I just
sire.
changed I put the thing on my pocket. Benjamin.
I'm assuming I don't even hear that. I assume
No, you do not.
Yeah.
The moment that you begin the process,
Yeah.
this is more than what you've just been drinking. This is... the closest approximation you can have, because you've never experienced anything like this, is orgasmic. But this is beyond anything. This is incredible. And you will be damned if you fucking stop for that Nosferatu. Because this isn't just the beast that's speaking to you now. This is Simon. So.
Simon says, do drink him dry.
Okay. This is done by turns. So since
the beginning, then
The
the
beginning,
rest
yeah.
lasts for a scene. But he's still those turns. I'm gonna be going Benjamin, until I'm like close enough to go. Like, Ben, what are you doing, Ben?
So I'm like wrapped around him, teeth sunk in, eyes fluttering.
I'm gonna make an occult roll. Bear in mind, I have no occult.
Okay. The intelligence.
0 successes. So I'm.
You have no. You think he's just lost and he's just draining or something that's already dry.
Benjamin, stop! And I try to take off my helmet, and it's like not really hurting him, but trying to make him react.
Okay.
Like, that blood is poison. That's what poisoned Edmund.
Dude.
Remember my theory of the poisoned blood that makes you junkie? Okay. I'm gonna use that to my advantage.
I would like you to roll willpower for me.
Just straight willpower.
Yeah, because this, in my opinion, is going to provoke a fury response.
Okay.
Oh, wrong weapons had enhanced reward.
2 successes.
Okay. It's getting really fucking irritating.
Okay.
You need him to leave now, because you are doing this.
But I can't obviously make him or say anything
No,
to him. 'Cause
but you are
Yeah, I'm just...
there.
Yeah.
Does he look like a junkie about to snap?
Yes.
Oh, if I let him, he's gonna OD like Edmund. Stop! Stop!
What are you doing to make him stop?
I knock his head with the helmet.
Right.
And the moment, if I manage to just get him out of it slightly, shoot Bevan in the head.
Oh, yeah, because you've got fire around, haven't you? Yeah.
Okay. Strength plus brawl.
Rouse.
Or technically strength plus melee.
Yeah, because you're using a helmet.
Improvised weapon. Brawl. Or melee. Brawl.
Melee.
Brawl. Take it. I'm rousing either way.
I assume I'm a static one.
You
though,
are
right?
a static difficulty one.
Yeah.
Which I achieve.
How many?
So it's basically 2.
Half done to 1. As you feel
Jesus.
a solid impact on the side of your head and your jaws are wrenched off.
Okay.
I need another check from you.
What, a frenzy check?
Yep.
Boom.
He's not out of the way yet.
Oh.
1.
Okay. Your vision goes red.
Oh, dear.
You can willpower if you want to remain in control and get yourself away. But you are about to lose it. What you were just experiencing was not just feeding. This is
And I
incredible.
passed my rouse check for them.
So that was the willpower check for the frenzy,
Yep.
which I'm failing.
That's the first one you failed.
Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do...
So you can burn through willpower to give yourself enough time to get away. And get yourself away from the stimuli.
Well, also, I don't know how much Simon knows, but he might know that actually it doesn't matter at this point. But if he's going into frenzy anyway, I think what I would like to do is burn a willpower point to buy myself a round. And the things I would like to do in that round is, 1, I would like to heal myself because I'm nearly down.
Okay.
Because I haven't recovered all my
I was
injuries.
banking on torporing him.
So I will go to hunger 2 because of course I do.
Dude,
Okay.
could you please pass 1 rouse check?
No, I refuse.
It's been like
I'm never
9,
passing a rouse
8.
check again. I'm done with it. It's so last book.
So last one.
Yeah. And I guess what I will do is I will look at Moses and I will say, run. And then I will run as fast as I can in the opposite direction.
Okay.
I shoot him in the head
Okay.
and I jump backwards.
All right.
But I first make sure that the source of this poison drug, that is his blood, dies with him. But I'll check Benjamin in the future for infection. I just shoot him in the head.
Okay. The round punctures through the porcelain white skull and punches through the wood underneath. The body wasn't spasming in any way and gives no other reaction, but there is a burning effect around the hole, around the skin, and what was white begins going black and coiling and curling. And in the space of seconds, his flesh begins to dissolve and dust and burn. You're sprinting towards the exit.
And I'm jumping in the...
Danielle, who is lingering close by, is too fixated on that to get out of your way of the door.
Am I now... Has the burning or the fire bothered me? Or is it just that I was sprinting?
No, there's no natural fire. It's just the burning of the flesh.
Okay.
It's a tracer round. Filled with phosphorus and stuff. Very burny.
Well, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably have to spend another willpower point just to... And I mean, I'm going to carry on towards the exit. I might knock her aside if need be. But... yeah, I'm just going to be... I'll just be like, move! And try and...
Okay, so you make contact with her, and as she's busy watching this, she's caught off guard as you send her skidding across the ground. The moment that she hits the ground, she's out of it and just slides.
Yeah.
The obfuscate is just worn, and she's just watching you go as you bolt.
Yeah.
You turn the corner and you begin marching down that wood and stone passage. Unless you want to lose it now, that's another willpower.
No, I'm going to lose it now.
Okay.
I've given them a warning. I think that's...
You begin making your way towards the door, and then suddenly your footfalls become sluggish and you just stop. And you stare ahead. And then very slowly your neck begins twisting back the way you came. And Danielle, who's moved towards the door now, watches you, and the moment she makes eye contact with you, she pulls the door shut, grabs it, and turns over and looks in your direction and says, "Grab it!"
What?
She's grabbing the door.
I grab the skull, which probably is deformed.
No, it's all coiling off.
I'll let that happen. I actually look for the lights of the place.
Okay.
Like, if she's by the door, I run towards her, but instead of going for the door, I hit the switch and go sideways. If she was obfuscated with me, I'm just gonna cloak of shadows.
She's not. She fell out of obfuscate the moment he hit her.
Oh, yeah. We're closing the door, shutting off the lights.
No, she's grabbed the door and is holding it, is waiting for you to get there. If you don't immediately grab it, I need you to make a roll.
Sure.
Because he didn't go that far away from the door.
Okay. I'm turning off the lights as I grab the door.
Right, okay.
They probably are near them.
We will jump back to you two in a moment. Your phone begins buzzing again. You can hear nails tapping on wood.
I kind of pull out a phone and just quietly text to Moses.
If you send that, I'm going to consider our first meeting to be an abject failure. I will know if you do, because I can hear it, sweetheart. If I wanted to do you harm, I'd do so already. But I believe we have a mutual acquaintance, don't we? Unless you make a habit of hanging in the houses of people you don't know. Benjamin's a friend.
Do you want to try and insight that?
Hmm?
Do you want to try and insight that, see if it's top
Roll.
of tone? So that's like wits and insights.
But it's going to be a -2
That's two.
because you can't see her.
Yep.
And you don't know her at all, so you can't really gauge her off with voice alone.
Two.
You have no fucking clue. She sounds sincere.
Very slowly open the door.
You can see the dark-skinned figure of Sabine just waiting. Sat up on the side
She wasn't her.
of the bed. You're a pretty thing, aren't you? Come on, darling, let's have a proper conversation. Don't sit in there. If I wanted to harm you, I would have done so already.
Very slowly. Stop coming out.
I don't recognise you. Well, at least not in this state. Do you know your brother, though? Oh, don't panic. I had nothing to do with what happened. And fear not, I'm not here for you. I was wondering whether or not Benjamin was around, but clearly he's not. I'm curious why you're here, though. Why didn't you tell me? I need you to roll.
Yep.
Willpower.
Oh, power. 4.
You've got no reason not to tell her. In fact, you feel oddly calm in her presence, which is an odd sensation given the events of the last few days. You feel more composed than you have for a little while, as though a weight's been lifted just by her being here and giving you her attention. Take a seat, darling. You're making the room look untidy.
Sit down. I'm new and Ben's looking after me for the moment.
And he's just leaving you alone in his domicile.
Well, he takes care of something.
I didn't catch your name.
Sarah?
It's nice to meet you, Sarah. I'm Sabine. If you wish to clarify my story, I'm sure that Benjamin will be able to authenticate who I am. I did him a favour not too long ago. I just wanted to ask him to do something of which I'm pretty certain he will be most willing to do.
Do you want me to let him know you're here?
No. I'll let him know myself. You can tell him I've come around. I'm not going to ask you to keep some big secret. I did knock, and then I did hear someone inside. I figured, well, it was either an intruder or the Nosferatu.
Who's this?
Yes, that's the one. And tell me, have you met all the members of their little coterie? So you haven't met Katia yet? She's a delightful individual. She'll look after you. I'll see to it. I'm assuming that is Benjamin's cat that went through the door. I closed the doors to the stairs. He will still be out on the landing. You might want to go and get him.
Start moving slowly towards the door.
She stands up and begins walking with you.
Very slowly.
Still walks with you. And she moves out to the front door, pulls it shut, and with her black leather gloves, puts in the lockpick and turns it.
Walk towards.
You can keep the cat on you. I'm sure you have a key. You don't have a key. Well, you're not supposed to leave. I'll let you back in. Go and get the cat before someone comes up.
Go towards the cat.
If Fagin could get any more puffed up, he would. Yeah, it's like a blowfish.
Exactly. Like, cat out of the hair.
Kitty.
Do a charisma plus animal hand.
Animal cat.
Animal can.
Yeah.
1.
You managed to get Fagin. Your hands don't forgive you for it though, because bites, scratches, everything. But you get him.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab by a scuff and I can hold.
As you just pull him down.
And just move back towards the door.
Well, whatever works, darling. She's already unlocked the door and she holds it open for you.
Step in.
Give Benjamin my best. And Katia if you see her before I do.
Gently. No,
Radioactive.
and then on that phone, send to Ben. Sabine was here, and send the same to Moses.
Meantime, in a school where things should be peaceful.
Yeah. And return to the nest. Just
Strength plus athletics.
Oh yeah.
You went back to the walking closet with the whole thing.
with the nest, yeah.
I would imagine.
3 successes.
3?
Yeah, because I'm a horror villain now.
Okay.
Strength plus athletics, I assume.
You didn't say you were helping the door. You said you got the light.
yeah,
and
I
put it
was-
back.
yeah.
So no, she's on her own.
I think I just prevent that.
I don't think so.
Okay, either really, really good or really, really bad. I think that's gonna be interesting.
You wrench the door off its hinges.
Oh.
Away from you. And Danielle comes past you. And as she comes near, you rake your fingernails across the side of her neck and send her sprawling over. That was a total failure.
Oh, okay.
So she's taken damage.
But she was not the object of
And
your
she's
anger,
also
so.
now got a compulsion.
Okay. Yeah, she's not the object of my rage.
The object of your rage.
There is a
office
clear
building.
entryway. And the thing you were looking at, the thing that you were coming back in here to find, is now dust and the equivalent of burnt paper.
Turn off the lights.
The lights are off.
Oh yeah, but.
And you can't see.
Allspice.
Did you have all specs up?
I did, because I was listening
Okay.
to the conversation and so forth.
So, on your behalf, What do you need to roll? Wits plus
Obfuscate.
obfuscate. No,
Eight.
you do. What do you need to roll?
Well, I don't have sense the unseen.
You don't. There is no one in there. There is nothing in there, and your beast is furious.
There are wooden benches that could be destroyed.
I imagine that I will, because it's a big hall, I imagine I will go in thinking that he's got to be in here somewhere. And I will start looking around, pulling things over, for a while at least, until I am pretty convinced he's not here. And I'll be looking around very violently and quickly in case I think he's trying to sneak behind me or something. But yeah, I think I will be just sort of, every time I think I see a movement or I think there's a place he could be, I'll dash to it and check.
You have never seen him move so frantically. And it's actually quite it's terrifying.
And also, it's very terrifying because I don't have heightened senses, so I see half shadows moving. I am just standing very quietly on my corner. Yeah, but whenever he walks in front of one of the doors that have to shed the light, some light is coming from outside. So this is weird.
And
I'm
then
not
as
moving.
you near the door-
Oh wait, I do change my phones to like silent, as in no vibration.
Okay.
It's when you just like, if you are looking at the screen, you will see the change, but it will not light up. It will not. So I just wanted like in absolute stealth mode, silent mode, all of them, all 4 of them.
Okay.
Well, 2 of them are already in that mode.
Just do Dex plus Stealth plus Obfuscate. And you can do Wits plus Awareness plus Auspex. Because that's a lot for you to be doing while standing still, and you are likely to make a noise doing that. Because until you turn your phone off, it's going to vibrate when you make the change.
Wow, you lucky for him.
4 successes.
3 successes.
Woohoo!
You approach the door, and you are pretty certain, in that reptilian part of your mind, that you fucking heard something. And then, realizing what you've heard moving, your head turns towards the doorway, and you peer through it. And you turn, and your nostrils flare as you begin sniffing. But the bitch is gone. And then you begin moving very, very slowly, very, very, very fluidly over towards the remains. And you lie down in them. And your hands just coil amongst the remains. And then begin streaking them across. And you're just sat there watching this. And your phone is going off and hasn't stopped going off.
I ignore it for the time being, but not forever. I will... Things that for a cloak of shadows to work, I need to stand still and in the shadows as I am. But I believe that in Moses' head, at least, this is what he has heard about the Malkavians. Like, yeah, he's been weird, granted. But this is next level lunatic. And I'm right now feeling for my friend. It's like, wow, he deals with this every night. So
And then your phone goes off again.
Yeah.
A different phone.
Which one?
The phone that Sarah has.
Is it a call? Is it a text?
It's a text.
What does it say?
You are unaware that yours has gone off. Sabine was here.
Oh, fucking hell. Very quietly, while he is distracted with his finger painting exercise, he's dancing with wolves himself. So I don't know what would be the appropriate reference. I try to walk out to see if I can find Danielle.
Okay. You need to go through the front door. So wits plus stealth.
That is 0. No, one, 2 successes. Okay.
I was going to say,
You're all parrying that.
that was...
With that many dice?
That is.
Serious?
Yeah.
Before I have him roll.
No, I'm not willpowering it. 2 successes it is.
Oh my god. So what are we talking? Wits, awareness, and Auspex?
All specs has gone off now.
Okay, cool. So just wits and awareness.
Yeah, your beast's attention has turned inwards.
Yeah. So just wits and awareness.
There it is.
3.
You have moved towards the door. And you are slowly turning it, and then you stop. And as you look up, there's a reflection in the glass. And you glance over your shoulder, and silhouetted in the end of the corridor, white-faced, is Benjamin. And he is looking at you. And then he takes a step.
Am I in the hall still?
And then he takes a step. This is the internal doors before you get to the external ones.
Okay.
And then he takes another step. And then suddenly he is sprinting.
I jump up to the bleachers,
Okay.
and once I'm back in the shadows, vanish.
Okay. You hear the screech of shoes across the marble. And then as he thunders into the door. And he begins striking it as hard as he can with the flats of his arms. And the wood pane begins to shake, and the glass begins to shake, and then he strikes the glass and it begins to crack. Then he strikes it again in the same place and it cracks even wider, and then he puts his fist through it, and then the other one he just hits his head into, and his head goes clean through it, and there's glass everywhere with tears of flesh as he just begins ripping on this door. And it's almost like he expects you to be there in front of it, and he's hitting every square inch of this door as he can because he knows you were fucking here. And he is just wrenching through this. His bare fingernails are chalking through wood, and you can see where his fingernails are bent back and come away, still attached to flesh from the sheer force of and the aggravation and the anger of what he's doing. But he doesn't stop. He just continues until finally, after the doors have been totaled as much as they can be, he stops, steps away, and with a shard of glass embedded in the side of his face, turns and begins stalking back towards the gymnasium. And he stops at the very end, counts his head, and steps in.
The moment I'm clear of him, I try to go out the main door. Or, well, the door, the main door to the west. That was the one that was open.
Okay.
But I'm looking to see if I find Danielle in the process.
Danielle's out by the car.
By the car? Okay.
She's in, she's turned it on. She's waiting. The moment she sees you come out, she pokes her head out and then stares expectantly at the door, almost expecting him to come tailing after it. And it occurs to you the noises coming from within have not been subtle. In fact, the most subtle thing that's come out of that entire place was the gunshot.
Thanks to Nancy and her silencer, which needs to be returned, I know. Now, I walk towards...
I believe you have 1 round left. 1 special round left.
No, I had 8 and I fired 5. So I have 3
3
left.
3 left.
And I approach Danielle and I tell her, okay, you gotta help me out there. Well, actually help Benjamin. He lost it. He absolutely lost it. I've seen Bruyas going crazy, but this is Benjamin.
Need to wait.
Check my phones. Okay, text to Sarah. Thanks for letting us know. Everything okay on your end? Send. When was the first call I got from Nancy?
10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago. Okay. I know where everything's gonna go down. Blocky Jake told me. Is that on the fringes, or is in the center, or
Close to the centre.
close to the center?
Not far from where you guys are.
That you would have.
Not far from where we are. Okay.
Well, you're in Westminster at the moment.
Yes. I'll let her wait for an extra few minutes before I return the call.
And you would quite quickly receive a reply text with a "Who's Cassia?"
Did you meet her?
No.
And I start having like a chat over text with Sarah. She's a member of our. She's one of the group. She's cool.
Is this what you're saying to Nazi? Oh, okay.
I'm scared. Comes back.
Tonight's a good night for that. Hey, like laughing. But I try my best just to not come across as an idiot. I just try. Actually, Ben was right to leave you in his place. You're safer then than you would be anywhere in the city right now.
Don't feel safe.
Lock the doors.
Sabine used lockpicks.
Where do everybody learns how to do that? Do you know how to do it?
No.
Okay, this one, yes, did fall far from the tree. Like her brother was like, I'm trying. When I'm trying not to be an idiot is with Danielle. I'm trying to just ease down, having a conversation. It's like have you met Sarah? Because
She's not paying attention to it at the moment. At the moment, she is staring down the street to an individual who stood outside of Westminster School. Same blonde-haired individual you'd seen before. Barefooted. And he's looking at something on the ground. And then he ducks down and picks up the soap.
Oh, he was the kindred who was talking to. I'm very wary because I have
She's
no idea.
staring wide-eyed at him. She's not saying anything.
But
you're not sure how much of what you've been saying or doing is now picked up on. But he's got the soap and he's just rubbing it between his hands.
Well, give me a second. I'll text you back later. And I approach this guy.
He's completely lost it. So.
Hi. Like, I have my gun in case Benjamin comes. Oh, I changed the rounds because I only have like 3 left.
Okay.
Take very carefully. Take out the thing while I'm with Danielle. Take 1 round out. Put it back in the magazine. Put the magazine away. Put the normal rounds, and actually put it in my slingshot, my sling bag, and I just walk towards the guy. Hi.
Hello.
You are
An observer. And a supplier of soap.
Is that Benjamin's soap?
It is. Your hands look dirty.
Grab it. Just is it wet? I don't have water.
He just stares expectantly.
Until I feel it's drier. So once it's drier, I put it on the side pocket of my sleeve. Now this is weird.
Cleanliness does feel weird.
That's a little offensive. So I
Should it
assume
be?
you presented yourself to the prince.
Oh yes. He was not happy to see me.
So yet he allowed you to be in his city. And now I'm trying to like take the excess soap off.
He's watching what you're doing with your hands.
Actually, I'm trying to take any bit of soap that could have gotten in my scar out.
Do you have any aggravated steel staves?
Of course, I've had this since like what, book 1, 2.
Yep.
I have not healed this aggravated. That's why I still wear a glove. I still have that aggravated wound. That's how I go. That's why I go to Torport that easily. So, so he wasn't happy to see you, but he let you stay.
It's curious. So many kindred of power are happy to see me. So few of them tell me to leave.
Did he tell you to leave?
No.
Did he let you stay?
No. You're frustrated, and that's understandable.
Yeah. I mean, it's my job to make sure that the laws of the prince are followed.
Laws are changeable.
I know, right? People don't get it.
They're changing even now.
So you know.
Assuming you're talking about what I'm talking about, yes, I know. But if you're talking about something that we're not talking about, then I probably know that too.
So I'm Moses.
I know.
And I assume you knew the man who was indoors.
I'm waiting for him. Although which one comes out is debatable. I mean, which one's in there now is not the one that went in. But the one that comes out is probably going to be the one that went in, depending on how far he took things. But he's shown a lot of restraint. I mean, let the other one live.
Benjamin? Restrained? He just smashed the door to pieces.
You've never done something similar?
Well, yeah.
At least doors don't bleed.
Yeah.
Bad people though they were.
He wanted to do that to me. But it's because I had to knock some sense into him. He was about to drink on some foul blood. Well, he actually did. I think he's got like the kindred cooties or something.
Ironically, it's actually purer than most of... Certainly purer than your blood. Purer than his blood. It's old blood. And the older it gets, the purer it is.
Yeah, but it's like... Okay, hear me out. So... There was someone who drank blood from something that looked that thing. Looked a lot like him. And I believe it's like a drug or like poison. It poisoned them. Or transformed them or killed them or however you want to call it. And I don't want my friend ODing on...
Well, you helped save his soul at least. Although... he's dead. Poison doesn't do much. His soul, however, could have been poisoned.
I don't know how it works.
I do.
But when you talk about purity, you just make me think it was like pure grade cocaine. That's how it felt like. And when I smack it in the head, it was like trying to get a junkie onto a rehab program that he doesn't want to. And then he came at me with like the equivalent of supernatural withdrawal symptoms.
A little hypocritical. I mean, we're all junkies.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like all the way.
Can be quite liberating.
Well, I've been praying with him to see if he finds that comforting or liberating or helpful.
Depends on who listens. If you get the right person.
I only pray to the one. Well, he's 3.
I mean the aspect. You have the merciful and you have the vengeful.
As in when he used the lash in the marketplace?
No.
I think we're talking about different people here.
Or we're talking about the same person.
Oh, okay.
You're looking at me like I'm confusing you.
Yes, because you are.
You said you wished to pray.
No, you succeeded. You succeeded in confusing me. The reason of me approaching you is. Did you know the thing that was in there?
Yes.
Not Benjamin.
Well, not personally.
What was that?
That's a very broad category. As a person, as a kindred.
Anything you can give me.
I can tell you. But why do you need to know? You were already expecting his demise today.
I'm expecting the demise of a lot of people tonight.
Not everyone will die.
Yeah, I know, but I'm afraid for one. Just one. So I have no idea which one of the people in the list is that one. But I'm gonna need a hell of a good idea.
You can't save her from what she's doing.
What?
The one you want to save.
You know her?
Not personally. Be impossible for me to know everyone personally.
How is she gonna be okay? Do you know something I don't?
We are referring to the one that drove you in, yes?
Yes.
Yes, then we are referring to the same one. She is... following in your footsteps, although her bag of silver will be different than the one you received. Not by much. And certainly not what she's expecting, but it will be worth its weight. For what time there is.
Okay, you're kind of freaking me out.
Why?
Because it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense how you would know all of this.
Chalk it up to me being a Malkavian, I guess. Does that make it better or worse?
Well, I had my suspicions, but I didn't want to offend you.
Why? I called you a Nosferatu. I insinuated that you were dirty. Not for that reason, but the insult was seen nonetheless.
Yeah, but... Who's the person I killed indoors? The guy I shot in the head.
The one that was left, or the body of?
Can I have both names?
Edmund Sinclair.
That was Edmund Sinclair?
It was. But then it was Vamint.
I literally, like, whatever I had in my hand, I drop it. And my jaw just goes like...
It's quite unsafe to leave a firearm exposed out on the ground there. Kids, come here.
Yeah, but not at this hour. What was Edmund Vement?
Well, he was in there.
Is the explanation more than I can take tonight?
It's more than I'm willing to give tonight.
Okay.
Besides, if I'm much longer, then she'll probably get very angry with me, and
Who's getting angry?
the other person that came in with me. You haven't met her yet.
Did she present herself to the prince?
Oh yeah,
Did the prince allow her to stay?
reluctantly, very reluctantly.
Okay, then I Could you, if someone asked you, could you please say that Moses did his job and ask you?
Sure.
What's your name?
Anatoly.
Anatoly. Yeah. Okay. That's like there's a town in. Well, forget about it. Okay. Your friend?
Lucita.
Lucita. Lucita. Lucita. Nice.
Do intelligence plus politics.
That's gonna be a very pathetic roll.
Roll it anyway.
No successes.
Ah.
Yeah, I just wanted the name, so I had like witnesses accounts. I mean, I'm Malkavian around there. I killed Bement. Apparently, I thought I was killing like anything else but Bement. Thank you. And I go back to Danielle. Like, do you think we should go in and check? Benjamin?
No. We wait.
Whew.
I can wait. You can go if you need to.
I'm gonna wash my hands, actually. And I look for one of the water things. Now the bubbles and stuff. I smoke one cigarette while I
Inwardly, your inner Benjamin's going, my God!
send a text. You know what? No, better. I call Nancy.
Bzzzt. 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 Bzzzt.
Until it drops.
Bzzzt.
Not even her hello voicemail.
Bzzzt. Bzzzt.
Whenever the call is disconnected, I go and change to Gideon's.
Bzzzt. 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 Bzzzt.
Hung up. Danielle, could you do me a favor?
Depends what it is.
Take care of Benjamin. When I pull my wallet, give it, I don't know, 60 pounds. And when he's out, call a taxi. And I jump into the driver's seat, turn on the car, go to a safe haven. Tonight it's gonna be dangerous, but tomorrow it's gonna be worse. Put the gun under my leg, just in case, and drive towards the eye of the hurricane.
Okay.
Sorry about your car.
You take off. And almost immediately, bzzzt,
Which one?
your clan one.
Mm-hmm. Hello?
Where are you going, Moses?
I stopped the car. Killed Vement.
That's not what I asked.
I'm going to check on Alice.
I think I was pretty clear, Moses. We wait this out. I recommend you think very carefully about what you do next.
Well, one success so far. One success. Enough to not snap back. I just... How are we different if I wait it out?
We'll be living.
For how long?
Longer than her, from the sounds of it.
I'm not going for the constable. I'm going for Alice.
I'm not on about her. You were told to stay away, Moses, and I told you what would happen if you ignored me. What was in your court? And he hangs up. You've been waiting.
Fucking smash the phone again. Like, I get off the car, smash the phone against the pavement, and start kicking it.
Okay. You have suddenly become aware of just how small this flat feels in the wake of recent incursions. And it's slowly coming to your mind just how fucked you are in this situation. You don't know any of this shit. You don't know what's going on. You don't know these people. You got the feeling, your beast certainly did, that the individual that you were just speaking to moments ago could have broken you if she wanted. And that's a terrifying sensation. She was pleasant. She made you feel good. And that's equally terrifying, because in hindsight, that was a quick flip. You still don't believe that it was anything that she did, but it still felt like if people are able to influence you this easily, it leaves a lot of questions. Fagin is once more pacing the length and breadth of the apartment. He lingers over by the books, goes up on the shelf where Danielle's books were kept, and he also goes into the room where Amelia had been staying. And he seems to linger there most, but he seems to come back and forth. And he keeps close to where you are, but again, the moment you seem to move, it's always uncertainty, and it backs off and shifts off. Are you doing anything? Is there anything you wish to be doing?
Focusing on Moses' last message. 2 words. This one. Help me? Question mark.
To who?
Moses.
It's okay. It's on the cell phone I didn't destroy.
Mm-hmm.
I see that. And I walk towards my phone, the one I just destroyed. Open it, take the card out, like the big one. Put it in my main phone as a second card. Send the text
To
her, to Sarah. We'll be shortly on our way. We're almost done here. Benjamin and I will be there in no time. Just sit tight.
No case. Okay.
Would talking make it better?
I don't know.
I have an idea. I work towards Danielle. Well, I drive back towards Danielle. Get off the car. Hand her the phone while calling her, like I just sent. You need to be distracted, and so does she. Get another cigarette. Sit on the sidewalk, put my hat in my hands, and start cursing my luck.
Meanwhile, when your eyes open again, you become aware of the stillness of the world around you. And then, when your eyes lift, you realize that there's a cold sensation over your forehead from where you've been leaning in against a picture. And you've just been staring at all the kids and all the teachers arrayed. And although you're suddenly coming into yourself, you feel like you've memorized these faces. And there's glimpses of images in your head which suddenly make you feel sick to your stomach. the kind of images that accompanied the art that you would have been expected to have done, that you did do once. And the sun flash, fleeting, mercifully fleeting though it is, suddenly turns your stomach in a way that you recoil away from this picture and right yourself. And you realise that your clothes are torn and that there is glass embedded down the length of one arm and in the side of your cheek. So every time you move it, there's the point of the glass through the side of your mouth, clashing and scraping against your tooth.
I'm going to remove that bit of glass, I think.
It's bloodied, but there's not a massive amount of blood on there. Almost like an almost transparent wisp of red as you observe it.
Where am I on my spectrum?
Roll a black die.
I got a success, whatever that means.
You can choose.
Okay.
You're Benjamin.
Should have been a red die, but it's the same as success anyway.
Okay.
That was my choice. My bad, sorry. I chose the wrong one.
Okay.
Sure, just, I mean, the situation that you're currently in and everything that's happened would suggest Simon, but the imagery you've just had
I was just thinking the
would
revulsion
be a
of
sharp
it.
slap
Yeah.
towards the Simon persona.
Okay.
And would arguably be enough to make you snap back. It's your call.
I'll play it on the line for a bit and see what happens.
Okay.
Okay, so do I remember what I did when I was
No.
in frenzy?
Well,
Do I have like vague memories of having trashed things and things?
it's like watching a film through a sack, where you can only catch briefest of insights into it. You don't really understand what's going on. But the audio, you seem to recall with frightening clarity. It's the imagery that accompanies it that seems distant, and it's disorientating to only have one aspect of it.
I'm going to leave.
Okay. Through the same door?
Yeah.
You step out of the gymnasium, and as you turn the corner, you realise right at the end the source of all this glass and the shattered remains of this internal door. And then through the broken windows, you can see the external door, the one through which you originally entered.
Yeah.
And you make your way down towards that, push open the door, and some more hanging bits of glass just drop free and shatter on the ground as you push it open. You step over the remains of the glass and continue walking towards the exit. And the moment that the door opens, Danielle, who was about to lift the phone to her ear, suddenly stops and looks over, and then gestures for you.
Turn around.
As you see Benjamin slowly poking his head out.
I literally approach him.
I'll call you back. Hangs up.
So I'm not obviously charging. I'll just be walking.
I don't know, but I'm just gonna crocodile Dundee, but instead of doing the horns, I'm gonna do it with the soap. Benjamin? If you don't mind, I used it.
I don't care.
I mean, your friend was here. I assume he was your friend because he is the one who took your soap from your house. He's a weird clansmate.
What did he look like?
Anatoly? Like Anatoly.
I know him.
I had a chat with him. Well, I mean, I assumed you were close. He confirmed this is indeed your soap. Are you feeling more yourself now?
Yes, in a way. We shouldn't be out here. I'll look at myself.
Get in the back seat. I'll drive you home. We'll sit down with Sarah. But there is one more thing I need to do. Until the world explodes, at least let me get some of the remains of the body that we left inside. Bridges of the Masquerade and all.
Yes, we should.
It's okay. I got it. I will just get a beanbag.
No, I'll help you. I'll help you. Just in case, there's any little bits of blood left anywhere. I'm going to go back and check the bodies.
I'm just looking for a bag. My cleaning bag.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna focus on. Actually, if I manage to get into the room with the cleaning products, I just look for a black bean bag so I can put all of the bones.
Yep.
That will have been misshapen into this particular array that is super specific, so I can say I killed Vehement and stuff. And then over the ashes and the stuff, lye works. Just tons of lye. And then I do the same with detergents all over the place. So it looks more like vandalism.
Okay. How long are you willing to spend on this?
Maybe 2 minutes. Maybe.
To get all the evidence? Just... What, in the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm just putting
You're
all
just
the bones...
Okay, you're just getting that up. Okay.
Yeah, putting all the bones in the bag.
I take it there's no juicy little bits of blood that bubbles
That's
anywhere.
the thing. If that's what you're focusing on, it'll take 2 to 5 minutes.
I'm not. I am literally just taking all the bones.
I'm looking
because
for-
you said that everything else went to ash.
Everything's going to ash, including the bones.
Oh, I thought there were bones left.
No.
And then
when you
I
picked up
will-
his skull, it started to go.
To be
Yeah.
gone. I literally start putting nothing. Like lye or detergents and things like that. A couple of minutes. So it looks like vandalism. I just want to make it look more like vandalism.
I mean, I think it probably looks a lot like vandalism, given that Benjamin's run around trashing.
That's
the
why
place.
I'm saying that if I spend 2 minutes of this, I think it's an exaggeration. It's gonna be like me mostly opening something and going like, and then throwing it, and then doing the same. And I'm not gonna light it on fire or anything.
Okay.
This is gonna be like detergents, lye, chlorine, soap,
Moses,
toilet. I throw a couple of toilet rolls.
roll intelligence plus investigation.
I'm assuming, by the way, there's not a flipping drop of blood anywhere because, of course, I hoovered it all up so beautifully.
Four successes.
There is a bullet embedded into the floor.
That's what I'm thinking, but it's
Deeply, because you fired point blank into him, and these are
downwards.
strong rounds.
But this is parquet flooring because it's a cord.
It's wooden flooring.
Yeah.
That round will punch through it.
Parquet, the parquet wooden flooring. Yeah.
So you're going to have to remove that if you want to remove all evidence. There are very small traces of blood on the glass that you shattered.
But that's my blood.
Yes, your blood.
Yeah, I'm
There's
not
none of
interested-
his.
I'm not interested in my blood. I want his blood.
I
After a while, I will say I'll be staring at the remains while he's running around throwing things, and I'll just be like, "It's all gone."
will try and recover the bullet by.
Okay, it's going to be difficult for you to do unless you're willing to spend time doing it. And if you fuck it up, you're going to make it worse. Because it will show that someone's been tampering trying to remove it.
Benjamin, help me out here. I mean, last time I saw him, he was like, like
Are you going to?
Benjamin,
I'll look in Rose's direction and say, "What?"
I need help removing a bullet.
Doesn't matter now. It's all gone. We should leave.
Yeah, but if they find that bullet,
Then what?
it's a tracer bullet. It's not a standard issue bullet. I mean, finding a firearm here in the UK is already really rare.
This, I'll gesture, is all going to burn soon, Moses. It won't matter. No one will care about one bullet. We should go.
Yeah, but this is not going to burn tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Are you going to start with the thing? Am I burning now in your vision?
No. I'll have a glance. Does it look like it's a nightmare to get out this bullet from the floor?
It's deeply embedded. He fired pretty close. He
And
leant
the guy
in
was-
to observe you.
Sure,
The
no,
moment
no,
you pulled
I
away,
believe
he
you.
fired
I'll-
point blank.
Do you have tools to get it out?
No, you're right. Let's leave.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
finding the tools is going to take us just half the time.
I'll have one last look at the pile of ash, and I will look utterly dejected.
You
for a
mean
moment.
the pool of soap and ash?
Yes, the pool of soap and ash.
Because I'm gonna
Pool of soap
desecrate
and ash.
the shit out of this place.
Yeah, go back to the car.
Okay. Danielle observes you as you get
I throw toilet paper rolls on my way out. I know. I mean, that's an American thing to do. I don't know if the Brits do it, but I'll do it.
Sure.
Yeah, but you hold on to one end. That's the whole point.
Sure.
I'll observe him like he's insane.
How's it feel?
This is evidence. This is me covering up the evidence. It'll look like kids did it.
There's a bullet in the floor. And I've destroyed the inside of that place.
Yeah.
Destroyed it.
It'll look like teenagers did it. Go on, backseat.
I'll get in the back seat.
And I tell Danielle to get on. Call Sarah to let her know we're on our way.
Okay, where are you driving? What, straight there, yeah?
Yeah, to his house.
Okay. She takes, Danielle takes the phone off you.
She still has it.
Oh, well. Calls you back then.
And you keep her company until we get there. She's frightened.
You okay? What happened?
Someone showed up. I don't know.
Did they harm you?
No,
Are they still there?
no.
Well, we're not going to be long. And then she continues to speak and console you as you make your way back towards yours. And there is a bit of traffic around at this time, this early hour in the morning, and it is approaching late. That between about 3 and 4 at this point. And you begin making your way back. There are some cards commuting, making their early way out or into the city to commute for jobs. And you finally make your way back towards yours, and then pull up. Danielle has hung up the phone a couple of minutes before they're saying that they're almost there. What are you doing?
It's close to dawn, right?
Yeah.
While the constable phone, I start ringing. Like I keep on ringing Nancy and Gideon.
Zzz is all you get.
Yeah. While I text Alice, just once. Call me. She knows, like, when that's all over, when she has a chance or whatever, just call me. I use my clan phone, my clan line on my normal phone. Say, there, I did it. Am I to take that tomorrow will be any different? Whenever they want to reply, they will reply.
Okay. So you start making your way up towards your house, your
Is
flat.
Danielle coming with us?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless you tell her not to.
she needs a place to stay. The sun's coming up.
So we've got like an hour or something till sunrise, yeah. Okay.
Roughly.
Yeah, go back into the flat.
It's pretty much how you left it. Sans one soap.
I have it.
Then it is how you left it. Soap's in a different
I
place.
come back, grab the soap, and clean it because probably it has like some dirt and leaves or whatever Anatoly was had in his hands when he
Wow,
cleaned
man.
it.
It's
I don't
not a
know.
gangrel.
Hey,
Hey. Okay. What are you guys doing? You've heard the key going, and the door opened, and you hear multiple footsteps coming in.
Still staying in the nest.
So are you in like the wardrobe or something?
Yep.
Okay.
wait, in his wardrobe or in Amelia's wardrobe?
Whichever one I found which would be.
If it was in the lower floor, I think it was Amelia's.
It's not on floors, it's on the same
Oh,
level.
it's in the
It's
same
different
level?
rooms, yeah.
Whichever one would have had the kind of the best space to open and just curl up.
That would have been Amelia's knowing you.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have given her a walk-in closet
Yeah.
to her. I'm amazed you haven't tried on her clothes, or at least going like. Well, I think you're way too scared for that.
So
It's probably for the best. Do that as
With Danielle
walks in.
now here,
Yeah.
it's like, what are you doing with that dress? I gave it to her. Something like that.
So when we're inside, is Fagin around?
So cat sitting, great success.
It's in the sink. Just see him perched up, his tail just...
Okay. I do not care. That's fine.
So Benjamin, before we discuss the magnanimous mindfuck that just happened,
Yeah.
I had a chat with Lisa Ketting, Toreador Primogen.
Yes.
She is asking a favor of us, the coterie, that includes Katya as well as you and me, of taking care of Sarah until such a time as she's presented as a neonate and she's no longer a fledgling. Our responsibilities will extend to doing pretty much what we did for her brother, the best we could to keep her safe. Her training needs to be still the purview of Miss Ketting. Mrs. Primogen Ketting. Lisa. In exchange, she will owe the coterie a major boon. Do you agree to those terms? Are you happy with them?
Yes.
You heard him. He's happy with those terms.
She's outside in a wardrobe somewhere in here.
Oh, she's still in the wardrobe.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Well, then I guess that's 2 out of 3. We need to talk to Katya.
Yes.
So I'm gonna send her a message. And I'm just gonna text Katya. Which one?
Katya's phone.
The coterie phone.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I was gonna text her. Hello, Katya.
Moses, where are you?
I'm at Benjamin's. Why?
It's not Katya.
Who is it?
Will.
I'm at Benjamin's. Where are you?
Do you have a car?
I can't get one. What happened?
Can you make your way over to the Crossed Hands?
The cross hands?
Yes, we need a pickup. It's rapidly approaching dawn here, and we're not exactly in a position to get on a bus.
It's Katya and yourself?
Yes, we need somewhere to stay, and we can't stay here.
Okay.
People are already looking. Can you please be quick?
Cool. What? On my way. I'm gonna need your car. Katya and Will need picking up. From the crossed hands, which is closer? My condo? My other haven? Benjamin's house? The gallery?
The gallery, technically.
Like the Visions of Voltaire.
Yeah.
It's closer than my other haven.
Yeah, slightly.
So from where I am to the cross hands to...
You are going to have to be running quite a few red lights if you want to be able to get there and get back.
Done. No, well, I'm just going to get them and get them somewhere else. That is close. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to get your car. I'm going to pick up Will and Katya. Thank you. And I just run down the stairs. Put up the hoodie. And start driving.
Okay. So, we'll say Wits plus drive for you, and whilst that's going on, you two are now left with Danielle in the flat.
Okay, well, I'm about to go and hunt for Sarah in a minute because it seems bizarre.
5 successes.
Good, well done. I will say to Danielle, did you see? There was still some of him left. In there.
No.
It wasn't just skin.
Felt like it. No blaming remarks, no venomous speeches.
There's only traces.
Didn't even look like him.
You just didn't look hard enough. There were some bits left.
Well, congrats for you.
Didn't. You don't understand. I'm going to start looking for Sarah. I'm going to use heightened senses, obviously.
You'll be able to find her.
Okay.
She's not yet kind of accustomed to being as still as a corpse. You'd hear her.
So, okay, I'm going to go to the doors of the thing. I'm just going to open the door. Why are you in here?
Shall I save her?
Do you want to stay in there?
I don't know.
I'm going to sit on the bed.
Clarify, which room are you in?
We're in well, if he's in Amelia's wardrobe, then we're in Amelia's room.
Okay. Alright.
Did anything happen?
Who's Sabine?
She's another one of us, but different. She's not one of the bad ones. Did you let her in?
No.
Did you hide in here? Did she leave? Sarah, I know you're scared, but this is a very special time for you. Glance towards the door. Is Danielle nearby? Like, do I think she'll hear me if I'm talking?
Sure.
I think she would.
You're not in the doorway.
I'll go and shut the door to make it harder for her to hear. And then I'll go back and sit on the bed. I know it seems bad. You've lost a lot. And you're alone, it feels. And Jim is dead. Alicia is gone. And you are not human anymore. You're a killer. Do you remember? Yes. But I want to tell you a secret. Something not many people get told. You can be whoever you want to be now. You can be anything you want to be. If you want to be hiding in a wardrobe, you can. I can close this door and I can leave you here. But if you want to be someone else, whatever you've dreamed of being, you can. This is a new beginning for you. No one knows who you are.
Sabine does.
No. No, you don't understand. You can choose who you are. You can be whatever you want to be. It doesn't matter what Sabine thinks. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks. You can be scared. You can be a killer. You can be something else. You can be something better or worse. Whatever you want.
What are you?
I don't know, Sarah. Not right now. Ask me tomorrow. If you can hold on to nothing else, hold on to this. You are at a crossroads. And you can be anything. Anything. It's just a matter of time and application. You have both. We don't know who you are. Sabine doesn't know who you are. No one does. So enjoy it. Use it. Danielle will want to sleep in here, perhaps. Do you want to sleep in here?
I don't know.
Make something up. Where do you want to sleep? Make it a game. Do you like this room? Do you prefer the couch? Do you want to sleep in a different room? Pick one. It doesn't matter. Just pick one. Stick to it. The wardrobe, the bed, on the floor, another room. Pick one. Just pick one. There's no wrong answer. If you don't pick one, Sarah, someone will pick one for you. I've been on that road. You won't like it. Pick for yourself. Where do you want to sleep?
I want to be with my brother.
Your brother's dead. But you know, in time, no, that will be too much for tonight. Maybe just don't forget him for now. Maybe one day you will see him again. Maybe I can help you with that. But for now, pick where you're going to sleep.
Slowly move out. Close the sofa.
All right. So I'll go back out into the front room. I'll look at Danielle. Where are you sleeping?
In there.
Step aside.
She walks past you. He's right, you know. And she shuts you both out.
I'm going to go to like the door of my room, and say, "Is there anything else before I go? Anything you want to say or ask?" I don't know. He'll come when he comes. He's very busy.
Who's Katia?
She's one of our group. She's clever. Well,
I think I'm seeing why she would have chosen to protect you.
I'm going to give you a piece of advice. I know Jim meant a lot to you, but for now, forget about what he would have wanted. Don't be guided by ghosts, Sarah. Make your own choices. I look forward to seeing who you are tomorrow. Is it alright if I flick the switch?
You've never driven so fast. And with everybody coming out now, it's a bit of a gamble. But you avoid the areas where speeding will draw unwanted attention, and before too long you find yourself in the familiar streets surrounding the Crosstowns. And you do one circuit and you don't see what you're looking for. So you do a second one.
I immediately start calling.
But as you are going round, there is no immediate response to the phone, but you can see between an alleyway what looks to be two people in the middle of an embrace. And then as you slow, you see Will moving towards the car with Katia's arm around her shoulder. Mm-hmm. And as she's limping, you can see Katia's clutching at her stomach. And as they approach the car, Will leans her over onto her, opens it, and then pushes her into the back, and she just slumps over the rear seat. She slams the door behind her and then runs around to the other side. And you can tell even though she's bloodied, she's moving freely, unlike Katia, who was clearly impeded. And as she shuts it, she goes, "Drive."
I already started. The moment she starts, what happened? What happened to Katia? What happened?
I'm sure she can tell you about it once you get there.
I don't have that much time, but we're going to a good place. It's okay. Talk.
I
don't need to. I just stop the car. Talk. That's all I'm gonna do. Like, Katia is completely mauled. I want to hear it from Will.
Okay. Social combat.
Yes, I am. Social combat! There we go. Wrong. So this is...
The intimidation.
I'm not trying to intimidate.
You're using threat against her. You're refusing to move.
Time. I'm just letting time to play against her. But okay, I will try it. Charisma?
Yeah.
That is 2, maybe 3. 3 successes.
Okay, tied with her, so you succeed. Alright, drive.
Boom. Who did this?
The constable.
Why would the constable strike Katia? It's okay, I'm not on duty. I had been summoned I couldn't answer the call. I was attending to other business. But probably that's why I have been summoned by, like, the other hounds.
There's still a lot to share with you. Given her state and given the nature of what's going on, you'll...
What happened? I've been busy tonight. It's been a busy night.
Do a charisma plus persuasion check.
I think it's gonna be subterfuge because I'm trying to make her think I don't even know what's going on.
Manipulation plus persuasion is the other one I'd accept. Because you're not technically lying, you're trying to manipulate facts.
Mm-hmm. That is one success. I will reroll it.
Sure. Make you reroll.
That is 2 successes.
And she's taking willpower damage. God, she is shocking tonight. I've done a hell of a lot of rolls before I came here tonight, just so everyone knows. This isn't the first time I'm rolling for Will. Bad Will. The prince came under attack. We happened to be there, and the constable snapped.
As in frenzied?
No, she snapped.
I'm not following, but okay, go on.
She went for Emrys, and Katia was in the way.
Oh. Is she okay?
Well, her guts are hanging out, but other than that, she seems fine.
Okay. And what happened with the prince? Did you manage to see what had happened?
No. I took her and left.
Okay. So, it was not like Katia was trying to stop the constable, or she was being punished for anything.
Moses, if you have any direct questions, ask me.
Did the constable... did Katia do anything to anger the constable?
No, I did not.
It's Katia talking. Okay.
She's slumped. She's still conscious.
Okay.
But
So
she's
you
holding
did
her guts
nothing.
into
Cool.
her.
So you did nothing to earn her ire. You just happened to be standing in the wrong spot.
Wrong place logistically, yes.
I can work with that.
Can you stop with the speed bumps, please?
Well, we can get that or a tan. I'm driving to my other haven, because the gallery, I don't know if there's a cat in. She said that she would take care of things. I don't want to go there. I'm going to my other haven.
Okay. So you're driving as quickly as you can. Right, I will require wits plus drive.
There we go again. 3 successes.
Okay. It's slower going than it was coming down.
Because I
And
have a
you
wounded
are
Katia on the
very
back.
uncomfortably aware of just how quickly time is passing. That little dial, every time you're checking it, it's like the fucker is taunting you by skipping ahead. It's like, hee, 3 minutes, ha! You know, exactly in that tone of voice, by the way. But you manage to get there just as you start feeling that lethargy. And it's clear just how much it's affecting the others by the way that Will is now struggling to heave Katia out of the car. But she does start hauling her in the direction that you're showing her to get towards cover.
So, of course, the moment we go in, I start asking Will about who else was there, who else was around. Give me more information, give me more data.
It is getting very, 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 very late in the morning.
Oh, this is like literally we are like carrying Katia.
Yeah, you're
and
carrying
closing
to get
doors.
out of the sun.
Okay, so open doors, park the car in that little alleyway, like actually blocking the door. Go indoor, punch the code in, go inside, sort of like go to the train car.
Yeah.
And grab the mattress of the cot, pull it out, put it on the floor for Katia.
It feels like you're hauling weights at this point.
Yeah. And what I do is I just go back, sit down on my computer, hit the buzzer so it slams the door shut, and just rest my head on my computer desk.
And that's where we're going to leave things.
I don't like running against time and against the sun.
Keep in mind, everything that goes on, I keep track of the time.
Yeah.
So.
Oh. There we go. So frustrating. So frustrating. I killed an elder.
You always do these in positions where they're like occupied. Do a direct fight, man, and get rid of the dragon rounds.
Hey,
a win's a win. A win's a win.
A win's a win. I've got a lupine and a freaking. If his bones went to ash, I'm gonna say Methuselah.
I mean, I feel like we can double string that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Methuselah kill with a Benjamin assist.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, a double kill. Cool.
I think
Yeah.
we can argue about that later.
Team kill.
So,
You will see the results of our argument next week.
Yeah.
When we update
Vote. Hashtag Moses killed Vemond.
Nah, Benjamin killed Venom.
See,
All right, guys.
BST.
We need you guys to know, like on Twitter, who are you voting for here? Is it a Moses
Who
win? or is
killed
it
Vemond? Was it
Who killed
Moses?
Benjamin?
Was it
Who
Benjamin?
killed Bevan?
Or was it basically Emrys just?
No,
Was
Emrys is
Emrys
not.
doing most of the
I mean,
work?
I didn't see Emrys in that room.
Emrys was hiding somewhere.
I mean,
He was
no.
at home.
Yeah,
watching
we
his
need a
tights.
poll. Let's get on that, guys. Let's get
Yeah,
a poll going.
we're gonna do a poll, and it's gonna be vote for Moses. Vote for Moses.
As the possible assist to the Benjamin kill.
No. As the, I mean, I pulled the trigger. Like, legal system, I would go.
Oh,
So-
we got one that's saying that Ben.
Yeah.
So,
No, Ben is an opportunistic man.
Edmund self-killed because he's wonderful.
Edmund self-killed because he's
He's
wonderful.
like, nope! And then as
Thanks
he goes,
for watching,
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you very
Thank you very
much,
much,
guys,
everyone.
and we will see you next week for episode 38.
Yeah.
So,
That's
much love.
Close to the end.
Yeah, see you then.
Bye.
Thanks for watching this episode of Blood on the Thames. If you'd like to keep up with all the latest news, follow us on Twitter and Facebook and ShrekNet, the links to which are down below. And remember, if you want to join us live, be sure to tune in every Monday at 7 p.m. on Twitch. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.